Yeet.
What up? What's happening, everybody?
Need a haircut, need a shave, but
Episode number 25? No, 26.
6.
I know. I just
25/6.
25.6, yeah. Happy Wednesday.
Yep. It's too bad we had to take down the stream from last week because it was a pretty good stream. It was a pretty fun stream. We told some of our bowling stories. We talked about the playoffs.
Yep. I'm in bad shape.
I'm in worse shape. I have 2 players left, maybe. No, actually, I don't have. No, one.
Oh.
Jesper.
Yeah, you got Jesper.
Jesper, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
I mean, just obliterated.
Well, my finals are toast.
Yeah,
and
well,
so
Samo's done, Butters is done. You've still got EJ and Tommy, and then Dom.
Did EJ get Svensson? I thought Jesper got him.
Oh yeah. I guess
Jesper
okay.
got
So
him.
yeah, you have Tommy Jones. I have Svensson. You have Tommy Jones, but you also have Don Barrett.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be close.
Yeah.
And Troop, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Shaking, fellas. What's up, Victorious? What's happening?
So, yeah, I had to take the stream down last week because something else changed on the whole ball exchange, partially restricted nonsense. Every single time I tried to put out any kind of information, it was always wrong. The right information was never put out in the first place. It wasn't ever very clear, but I came to realize that wasn't really any fault of ours.
No.
It's just USBC can't get their shit straight. I mean, just to put it bluntly, they just can't get anything right. And so every time I do something, no, you got to take that down. That's not right. And I'm like, well, USBC said it in there, but they said this. Why can I not post this? Well, apparently that's not the way it is. And I'm not going to talk about the details because I'm just not.
We don't want to pull this one down
anymore. I'm just not going to.
We don't want to have to pull this one down.
So we have no idea what's going on. Nobody has any idea what's going on. So I don't know any more than you know. And so if you're confused, cool, because we're confused too. Everybody's confused. Nobody has any idea.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference. I don't even understand. It's ridiculous. If they can, that's the thing is that, we were told, it's like, well, try to stick to the official statements. Well, the official statements didn't make any sense, number one.
Right.
Come to find out, well, it's not. We didn't mean that. Well, you probably should have said what you meant then.
Yeah.
So then I stuck to the official statements, and those can't even be trusted. So I have no idea. So ask somebody else. Because it's just, I'm just going to say I'm not answering questions about this anymore. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's become a clown show when it comes to everything. Not on Storm's end, it's just on USBC's end.
Yeah, I was a little upset at Storm to begin with. Their post could have been clearer, but it was kind of lawyer speak.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, they were kind of going off of USBC's, which, if that was lawyer speak, they have a very bad lawyer. And so then it just kind of, from then on out, I'm just not saying anything else. Because every time I tried to say something, every time I tried to clarify it, help somebody out, it just made it worse. So
we promised we weren't trying to tell you the wrong thing.
Yeah. Well, at this point, Storm doesn't even know what to tell us because USBC literally has not an idea what the hell they're doing.
Nope.
They have no idea. And so it's just kind of from our end, it's kind of like, well, putting out no information is better than putting out information that turns out to be bad later because somebody had a bad day at USBC and decided to change their mind on something.
Yeah.
Like I said, it reminds me exactly of the, Darth Vader Lando situation in The Empire Strikes Out, or The Empire Strikes Back. It's kind of like, I'm altered. That wasn't part of the deal. It's like, well, I'm altering the deal. Pray that I don't alter it further, which is exactly what USBC is doing.
Yep. They're just playing big bully right now is what they're doing. Thank you, sir. Being a big bully. Those balls are going to get banned. I stand by my initial statement. You know what? I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked either. I mean, I just wouldn't be.
Jeff Regelstein, what's up, man?
Oh, wow.
What's going on?
He probably knows more than I do. Which, of course, no. I think it's just one of those things. USBC is a shit show, and that's just all there is to it. Trying to figure out anything beyond that is just there's no point.
Yeah.
So, I forgot to put this.
There you go.
We're drinking Founders All Day IPA Session Ale, tall cans, so we're getting a little bit more bang here. But we're going to try I usually get 6-packs. AKA shit. No. Don't capitalize that second S. Nothing to do with them.
You can regulate the sport of not us.
Yeah, definitely not USBC.
Let's see. I get it now.
Yeah.
Over my head.
Yeah.
That's not hard.
Not
literally. Or literally not that hard. I just never see the point.
So, yeah, I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to try to talk details. Yeah. Not even going to just saying this is the situation. I'm not talking about it anymore. Again, if Jeff puts out an article or something, I'll share that. If somebody puts out an official statement, I'll share that. Otherwise, I'm not saying anything, not even private messages. So if you want to leave comments, I'm not going to answer them. If you want to send me comments, I'm not going to answer them. It's
perfect time to go ahead and plug Wriggle stuff since he's sitting in here.
Yep. 11thframe.com.
There it is.
$2 a month or $20 for the entire year, and he puts up sometimes several articles a day.
Oh yeah.
It's the best $20 I've ever spent. Because there's stuff that he does have some local stuff.
Yep.
So if you're not local to Madison, Wisconsin, some of it may not apply. But again, he's also got a bigger article coming out very soon about this whole situation. He said he was shooting for this weekend to try to get that out. He talked to several different people. He talked to several different people. He's going to have a big article come out about the situation. Wait for the article by the blog.
There it is. Next Monday, possibly Tuesday. 3 experts on the record about all the problems with all this.
Yep.
Good stuff.
We know one of the experts.
Yep. But that's going to be a great one. Check it out.
Might know more of the experts. But yeah, by the blog. Do not end up in Bella's incinerator.
Anyways.
So, yep. Let's move on here. This is also going to be kind of an Ask Us Anything. We had the second round of the PBA playoffs this weekend.
We just realized that we're in bad shape.
It went just as bad as last weekend did. Yeah. And I did not listen. I was playing. I didn't get to watch on Sunday. We were bowling tournaments. And so I watched them. I didn't have the sound on. Simo looked like he was chirping quite a bit. His ball reaction didn't look great. He was talking quite a bit. I love when Simonson talks because he's just unfiltered. He's kind of got that bitter, chirpy, sarcastic, same kind of thing that Sean Rash does, and I like both of them. So I could understand if people don't like them. I happen to personally like them.
You know what? I like it when they get people talking about bowling. So that's what happens when they chirp. People talk about it.
Yeah. It's whether or not, because we interviewed Marshall Hunt on the Bowler Show a couple weeks ago. Grandma hated Marshall Hunt.
Oh, really?
Because of the theatrics. I wasn't going to tell him that, but my grandma hated Marshall Holman. But she would turn on the TV if he was on a show. She would specifically watch it so that she could root against him. Just getting people to watch, getting people invested.
Hey, Marshall,
you got to have heroes and you got to have villains.
Marshall, welcome to the Bowler Show.
The tournaments did not go well. Predictably tragic. And Trevor didn't have a look on the second day, so there's definitely no prayer for me.
He still cashed. He still made money, but
I don't think he cashed Sunday.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah. He got like 7th.
How? Did everybody else suck that bad? Because I never saw him shoot a good game. He shot 250 one of the games, but he was minus 20 after 3.
He had a couple good games in there to kind of boost him back up, but every pair that we hit got on Sunday specifically got really spotty.
Yeah, there was a lot of urethane. I was following Spencer, and it wasn't bad at all. Spencer did really, really well. Spencer Robarge, he was just kind of piping. He threw urethane for a little while and then was just zinging it straight up. And I just don't have the speed yet. And so I kept, if I got it in at all, it was gone. And so when I tried to give it room, I couldn't get the shapes right.
I fried out pretty good on Sunday, so yeah, that tells you how my day went. Saturday, I didn't bowl terrible. I had a couple of bad games in there that derailed my day.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say derailed my day. But it wasn't terrible. I threw the ball pretty good Saturday for the most part. But
I threw a pretty good Saturday for the back five. We bowled 8 games. I threw it pretty good for the back five. I just could never put anything together.
Sunday was just a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you bowling the Ironman Classic this weekend? I am. He is not.
Yeah.
I will be in Omaha on Sunday bowling the Ironman, and it's 18 games in one day. We bowl 8 games on long, take an hour break for real oil / quick lunch, and we bowl another 8 games on short. So, there you have it.
Yep.
My hand hurts thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing the bowler show. I think we're going to be in Belton again in the den. So.
Oh, you are.
#ambiance.
People keep asking about my glasses because I checked them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the wife wouldn't give them back to me, and literally the next shot was like before the arrow was in the gutter.
Yeah. I was gonna say I saw you kind of walking up there, walking back, and squinting, and I'm like, oh, he bruised.
No, I didn't chuck them that bad.
He bruised.
They weren't that bad, but it was I had a good fry all day on Sunday. Trev didn't bowl good on Sunday mid pack. Okay, maybe he did go mid pack.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I didn't think that he cashed because he was minus for like 3 games, the first 3 games, and then even he shot 250 one game, but I don't think he went more than plus 50.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
My wife says he got put in timeout, as in me.
Wasn't good.
Yeah, I got in trouble. And then, of course, Trevor and Dylan on Saturday destroyed the field as normal. Mm-hmm. If anybody didn't think any different, I'm sorry.
Trevor's won like 5 or 6 doubles tournaments in a row now.
Pretty close. He has won almost all of them this year.
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
Yeah, if it's a doubles tournament, you can just pencil him in. Riley and James gave him a run. Trevor also won singles, but he beat James by 4 pins.
In singles?
Yeah. And then I think it was just the lefty factor of, being good obviously helps too. But if it was Dylan and righty Trevor, if Trevor did the exact same thing, if he threw it exactly the same way on the right side, James and Riley might have gotten them. The James and Riley didn't have the best game 7.
And Dylan didn't absolutely destroy him.
No, he didn't. It's just that's one of those things when you're on a softer shot, you got a lefty on something that doesn't change, and a good lefty. That's the situation that it just
and Royal Crest out on top of that.
Yeah, so
70 going into game 8. I know that much, and I think Riley and James gave them a run there last game.
Riley and James got within 20, 30.
Yeah, so they're pretty close. Trevor and Dylan's game 8 was not huge. It was just enough.
No, it was enough.
It was enough.
They put enough up there to begin with, so to get it done. So
those two are hard to beat, man. They're hard to beat.
So PBA playoffs. Maldonado beat Simonson. Simonson never had good ball reaction at all. Maldonado almost shot 300 the second game. That was over pretty quick. The AJ Johnson Butters look was average, and AJ has been looking really good lately. Yeah. So he just out-bowled Jacob. There wasn't any kind of anything going on. EJ and Jesper went to the roll-off, and then EJ pulled a former Marshall Kent and just threw one right out the window.
Like AJ against Brad.
Yeah. Just threw one straight out.
Apparently, in that match, AJ was saying that his brake foot slipped out from under him.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if the approaches were slick or something, but when he went to go into his slide, his brake foot completely slid out from under him, and so he lost balance, and that's why the ball went out the window. Now, I mean, I can say that too, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I never have approach issues anymore. I just have execution issues.
Kyle, this is going to be more of a question for Mr. Luke because he is the Storm guy. I don't throw a ton of Storm stuff. I have a few, but what should I trade my Trend 2 for? I was thinking Reality, Zen, Hyper Pearl, or Phase 3.
If you want something there's nothing similar to the Trend 2 is the problem. I would go, it just depends on what you want. If you want something similar to the Trend 2, it doesn't exist. So you might as well just get something else that you want.
I mean, I like, honestly, the Zen or Phase 3 idea.
Yeah.
But, it just depends on what shape you're looking for. The Reality is really stinking good, too. So, there's an idea. I've never personally thrown one, but with the eyes, it doesn't disappoint. I mean, you threw one last night for a little bit, right?
Yeah. The reality, I threw it all night. I'm really liking it now that I've gotten my speed's gone up, and so I've been trending more towards asymmetric stuff here lately. And now that I've gotten a few games on my reality, and it's not as bonkers as it was when I got it, I've been throwing that quite a bit lately.
Looks pretty good. It does look pretty good.
Yes, and then Tommy Jones, Kyle Sherman. Kyle's ball reaction wasn't great, and so Tommy just had it start to finish. It wasn't much of a match. Kyle made kind of a run late, and then just couldn't put it together.
I think Tommy might give him a little run, but he's got to face old Jesper here, so we'll see. We'll see. You actually watched more of it than I did. I did kind of take a peek of it a little bit while we were bowling, but I didn't get a chance to even go back and really look at it. So
yeah,
it's hard for me to kind of critique it when I didn't really get to watch it.
Yeah, I did go back and watch them. I put them on while I was doing stuff at work the last couple of days, and so I watched them. I watched them over the last few days. And
I failed. Baseball's on now, so I kind of lost attention to it.
Yeah, so all I've gotten every single pick wrong, aside from Jesper, and you've got Tommy Jones, and Kyle Troop, and Don Barrett. So you've gotten 3 of the 8. I've gotten 1 of the 8.
We don't even have a punishment side in there yet.
Yeah. I don't know. The punishment is apparently just being so bad at this. I mean, it's still not over yet because if Prather beats Dom, I mean, if Svensson wins another couple rounds, but
we'll score it when it all gets done.
It's just so bad that I don't even know that we should go do any kind of a punishment because it's just so bad across the board that anything that happens now is going to be a coin flip. It's not even interesting.
Okay, I turned 2 and drilled and I'm looking to see what I should put in my stash of bowling balls. Honestly, if you don't have a Zen, I'd recommend getting a Zen. Luke's like disgusted at me saying that, but if you don't have a Zen, you definitely should have one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Zen ball bad.
No, Zen ball very good.
Yeah, I just need to. I don't know. My phase 3 is the same ball, but it's just better.
The Nova's another really good option. The Nova's really good.
Yeah, I need to throw mine a little bit more. It's a little too slow for me. I probably should have taken that one on Sunday, but it's just I couldn't get my reality to hook. So.
Yeah. Really?
I couldn't get it to come. It was too much if I kept it a little bit tighter, but it just wouldn't make the corner. But I mean, Trevor had the same thing.
Yeah.
It was either big 4 or washout.
Yep.
And if Trevor couldn't find it, then I definitely have no prayer.
Well, I split more than any human being on the face of the earth, so
yeah. And I can't throw it as hard as Spencer.
I either strike or I split. So that's just the story of my season so far. But maybe one of these tournaments, something will give. So, yeah. Let's have some fun in the chat here. Unless you got something else you want to chit chat about.
No, Paul Burnett had asked about my Verity Crawley story and why I need to have some redemption.
Let me go up here real quick.
Yeah.
This question is from Paul Burnett. I want to hear the very story and why you need to redeem yourself next time you get a chance to interview her. So there you are.
So there are 2 Verity stories. I've been a big fan. I've been a big PWBA fan for a long time period because I kind of grew up with the PBA and its golden years with Walter Ray and Norm Duke and Brian Voss and Parker Bone, Doug Kent, Mike Edwards, Randy Peterson, Jason Couch, Mika. I mean, we're talking, some of the best, and they all had fairly simple games. I mean, Jason Couch looked like he really rammed on it, but he still played kind of straighter.
Yep.
These are just guys that know how to bowl, that weren't just, mowing the pins over with 20 miles an hour speed and massive rev rates. Robert Smith I call Robert Smith the original two-hander because he does more to a bowling ball than most of the two-handers.
It's disgusting.
I think Jesper and Osku maybe are the only 2 that can outspeed and rev.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maximum Bob.
Not to mention, he threw it amazing. I could watch him bowl for days. For days.
Yeah.
Robert Smith was so entertaining. And he did bowl the Masters last time I saw him bowl the Masters. So.
Chris Barnes, Tommy Jones, another one. Tommy Jones and Chris Barnes were coming up in the 90s when I was watching, and of course, I like the game of bowling. So I also like stuff that's really technical too. Right. I like I don't necessarily like watching darts, but it's impressive to see somebody nail the same. I like accuracy. I like watching pool, and some other. I'm not a big fan of power because power depends a lot on your size.
Yeah,
and
cornhole.
Yeah, cornhole is great too because it's just an accuracy and skills competition, and it's fun watching somebody that has all this power and speed, but at the same time, sometimes they kind of overpower the game. Like pro basketball is impossible to watch because all the guys they're so good that they just kind of jog up and down the court.
Mm-hmm.
They can make any shot that they want to make at any time. Nobody plays defense. Have somebody that's LeBron size that he can just drive in and score anytime he feels like it. These guys can almost dunk flat-footed. I almost think the goal needs to be raised to like 11 or 12 feet. Just kind of push the 3-point line out a little bit further.
The playoffs are a little entertaining. I could watch.
Yeah, because they actually play.
Yeah, they actually want to win.
It's just when you have people that are just bigger and stronger, and of course I say that as a guy with chicken wings here, but I just appreciate people that understand the game well enough to do good at it without just having the power and then the speed and the size.
Yep.
So I like watching people that can get the pins down without just blowing them off the deck because they're throwing at 20 miles an hour and have a 600 rep rate. It is a skill to be able to use what you were blessed with, because sometimes power can be a problem.
Right.
But so I like watching the technical skills of it, and so I really like watching the PWBA. Somebody like Carolyn Doran-Ballard, who wins a bunch of titles, putting 0.72 revs on the ball.
Liz Johnson.
Yeah, Liz Johnson that just pipes it straight, and Norm Duke that just little changes with their wrist, and they just know how to bowl. It's not like they're going out there and mowing the pins down. So I've always loved the PWBA, and Verity presents a different attitude than a lot of them, because if you follow a lot of the social media stuff, it's all of them. Okay, well, we're promoting the new ball, we're throwing strikes with this ball, we're doing this. Verity comes at it from a different angle. She's always posting drills. She's not afraid to post, throwing a bad shot, or when she's all sweaty and her hair's going 7 different directions from being at the gym. And then during COVID, she'd put a bunch of pillows down in her entryway, and she'd still be doing drills on the pillow and everything. And so I've liked just the work ethic. And even though I'm a very negative person, I've liked her positivity, where she will still post, it's like, oh yeah, I had a terrible tournament. I shot 160, 180, 2-0, 190, whatever else. I'm like, God, I wouldn't put those scores up personally, but
it is what it is.
But yeah, I mean, and so she's kind of cut from a different cloth, and so I appreciate how open she is about things. I've become more of a fan of Deandra Asbeatty here recently too, because she's got her Beyond the Lanes thing and everything that she's doing, and she puts out some very honest, open stories about things. And of course, I'm not negative to be negative. I want to be positive, but I do that by eliminating the negative things. Right. So I don't like the people that are positive because they're overlooking or glossing over the negative. Oh, let's just focus on the positive stuff. It's like, well, that's great, but if you've got a brown recluse bite on one arm, you can't. Oh, I still got a good arm. We're just not going to look at this one because I got a bite. It's getting worse, but I've still got one good arm. It's like, no, let's focus on the negative. Let's get rid of the negative. And then as soon as you do that, you learn, you grow, and you have nothing but positive.
Sorry, we have to cut your arm off.
Yeah.
But hey, you still got one good one.
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and let it fester until it falls off. You have to cut it off. But good on you, because you were positive and you focused on still having one good arm. Good for you.
So why? What made you so nervous?
Anyway, I'm very starstruck. I'm just one of these people that I'm not big on, because I always look at it from the standpoint of, gosh, if I was famous, how would I like having people come up to me all the time? And not Bowling Famous. Bowling Famous is great.
I was going to say they do.
Bowling Famous is great because it's just a few people here and there. It's not like I have paparazzi following me around and all kinds of stuff. Everybody mobbing me for pictures 24/7 and whatever. And a lot of people don't have, like the bowlers at least have they just come up and they say something, they hang out, they might watch you for a bit, but they don't like pester or
they don't pester.
They don't pester you.
Yeah.
They don't even if I have people that sit down and watch, we've had a guy that's here in town that comes out and he just hangs out.
Yeah.
And if I don't go over and talk to him, he'll just kind of hang out and watch. And so he just kind of lets me do my thing, and he's kind of a silent observer, and he likes to chat me up when I have the time for it. But again, it's one of those. Just one of those things. And so I've never been a big, I don't need to go take a picture with somebody that's going to forget who I am 3 seconds after I walk away because I took a picture with 7,000 other people. I don't need to be that person. But I don't know. So I get, if I don't feel like I have any kind of, if there's no reason for them to have a conversation with me or to have anything meaningful go on, it's like, well, I can just sit here and I can watch them and I can enjoy that and I can let them go on about their day. I can go on about mine.
Yep.
I could be a fan. I don't need to go hang out with them or say, oh, I know them because I took a picture with them and like the other 100 people that were in the line. But I'm just terribly starstruck. And so the first time I got to meet her was at an NAIA championship.
Is that the one you did here?
Yeah, that's the one that I actually was on. I ended up commentating for.
That's right.
And her and Katie, oh gosh, I can't remember her last name, but they were the coaches of Savannah College of Art and Design, or SCAD.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were here bowling the NAIA championships in 2018, I believe, at Westridge. And so they asked me to also help the guy out. The guy was a soccer commentator, had no idea about bowling, but they were going to put it on ESPN3 or something like that.
Yeah, it's live stream.
The finals. So so I sat in and did that with him, and that was kind of fun. But again, that's still 4 years ago, and I wasn't very far into the YouTube thing, and I'm still just paranoid about stuff. But again, the first time I met her, I just couldn't even hardly talk. And I'm pretty sure I told her something. I was like, yeah, I'm really nervous or I'm terrified or something like that. And so it's like just face palming. It's like when you're in junior high and you work up the courage to go ask the first girl you've ever seen, noticed, whatever else out. And you're just a freaking catastrophe. And so that was embarrassing. That was awful. And then I just, that was rough. Well, and then when I started doing the 30 Clean show, I was going to interview pros for, just little 30-minute interviews, just do some fun stuff. I have a few questions I was going to ask everybody just because I wanted to see the different, answers and whatever. And she was my first guest on that, and that went really bad too. I just couldn't even talk.
The Sean one was good though.
Yeah. The Sean was, and that I was worse than the Sean one, but he was great. And Verity was great too. The Tish one went really well. I like Tish. Tish Johnson.
Yep.
And so, I was just an absolute catastrophe, tragedy anytime. So I'm sure Dave's going to get her on the show at some point, but she's probably thinking, oh, great. This guy again.
Luke again.
I mean, I wasn't creepy. I was just so, and so after that, I had a guy that we know that watches the channel and the show and whatever else. And he met us in Wichita we were out there for something. And I met him and he was the same way. He was just so nervous. He couldn't even talk. He was making me nervous. And it was just because he was nervous.
Who was that?
Yeah. Scott.
Yeah. I do remember that now. Yep.
But it's like, holy crap, dude, I throw the ball and I put ball videos on YouTube. I mean, come on now. And then it finally hit me. It's like, holy crap, that's me.
You also ramble with me.
Yeah. But it's like, holy crap. So I kind of made the decision. I was like, well, I'm just going to, if they think I'm an idiot, it's not going to be because I was just too scared to even talk.
Yeah.
So if they think I'm an idiot, it's just going to be because they think I'm an idiot, because I am an idiot. So we're not. It's one of those things where you overthink bowling.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what's the worst? I mean, I'm overthinking and I'm trying too hard and I'm splitting and opens and whatever else. What can be worse than this? How can just letting the ball go be worse than this? As it's kind of the same thing. But anyway,
if you do see us in person, though, please come take a picture because we do like pictures.
Yeah, that was the long overblown explanation. So yeah, if you ever see it, and like I said, bowling famous is the best kind of famous because when you're in a bowling alley, you can be famous, and then when you go into regular public, nobody has any idea who you are.
Absolutely.
So you can have the best of both worlds.
But we do like pictures.
Yeah, yeah. So
and then post them in the breakdown
if you see us somewhere, just come up and hang out with us. We'll probably drink and
have a beer
with you and
why not?
Talk longer than you want us to talk.
Yeah. I had a question for me in here, and I told him I'd touch it when we're done with your story. Brian Wolf, John, I wanted to get the blue tank, but I have a hard time believing there won't be any overlap between it and the other microcell bowls. Your thoughts? I actually was talking to our buddy Riley about this, and I saw some videos of it.
It's a purple tank.
It's earlier than say the desert. It looks a little punchier and earlier than the desert tank. If you have a desert, it may be a little overlap. I mean, the desert is still pretty good by itself, but I mean, it just depends on if it's something you feel you need. I can definitely see some overlap, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you definitely need to redeem yourself on that, though.
Yeah, yeah, and I think I'm gonna be fine because I've been fine. Now I have Waz sitting here next to me to kind of bail me out, and I've had a couple of dunce moments so far on the show, but generally I've been fine because I'm just not going to make something awkward because I'm being awkward. If I just throw something out there and somebody thinks, "Wow, that was an off-color comment,"
at least you weren't sitting there like,
deal with it.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah,
it was a really good day.
Hi.
Not sure what I should do with my hands.
So anyway, I'm cured now.
There you have it. He's cured now. Well, next time just do this before.
Yeah, I know. That's why I've taken to sipping some spirits.
Some spirits. Actually, when we had, I don't know if Riggs is still in here with us, but
probably not.
We were, even if he is or isn't, we were talking about players that were great to watch. He's one of the most amazing regional players I've ever seen in my life. Getting to watch him over the years in the regional side of things.
Now he's on Team Raisin.
Yep.
He's talking about Raisin bowling since he's in the senior side of things. They can finally get the team back together at Nationals next year. Thanks, Chad Murphy. God.
But he's he was definitely amazing, and he was also one of those guys that didn't have a ton of hand, didn't have a ton of ball speed,
just knew how to bowl.
Yep, 100%.
And I like that.
He was always at the Laurel Regional every year. That's where we originally got to watch Brad and I would watch him frequently because he's amazing.
Yeah.
So, I can't remember how many regional titles he had, but I know it was a lot.
Yeah, he's got several of those, and he's got 3 or 4 or 5 Eagles or something like that.
That's where I was headed next.
They got a bunch of them.
Yep, and that's impressive. So Ben H, I will be in Omaha to donate and for experience this weekend, so I'll come talk to you. Sounds great.
Okay.
Come take a picture with me too, and post it in the breakdown pair if you're not in there.
Yeah,
we like to post that stuff, so that's awesome. I'll be there to torture myself as well. So.
Yeah, trust the process. You can only do that for so long without results. And that was my one criticism, if I had one of Verity. It's that sometimes these collegiate bowlers, they get into their drills and their high fives and their cheers and their trust the process and the whatever else, and they take the bowling out of bowling.
Yeah.
They turn into robots. And they're really good they look really pretty, and they're really good at throwing the ball, but they just have no idea how to actually bowl.
She's another one that drills a lot too.
And so that's the thing is I thought there for a while that Shannon O'Keefe does a lot of this is the thing is that Shannon O'Keefe does a whole lot of drills. She does a whole lot of working out. She puts the work in, the time in to be an athlete, not a bowler. Her and Verity are both athletes. Diana Zavialova is the same way. They focus on being an athlete so that their body can handle the stresses of, the repetition, whatever else. Yeah. But Shannon O'Keefe has that killer instinct that when it's time to compete, she's going to go for the throw.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why she wins. And that's why I think
what I love about her.
Some of the other people don't win as much because they're focused on the process. They're focused on staying patient. Everything's positive. They want to have fun. They don't want to get so upset. But, some of them are like, until you piss Pete Weber off, it's not serious yet.
He likes to be pissed
So
off.
some of them, Bob Benoit was another one. As soon as he got mad, it's just done.
Trevor's like that.
Yeah.
You make him mad, boy, he's going to strike for days.
Yeah, and so otherwise, that's the thing, is you got to find the thing
Yeah.
to focus you. And I think that some of them say, well, that was a good shot. Don't worry about it. Just pick up your spare. That was a good shot. And then they get beat, 230 to 210. But, hey, they threw good shots. Well, I'm just going to take this as a positive experience. I'm going to take it into the next tournament. I'm going to keep the faith. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep this and that. And they keep losing.
The chants and stuff in college bowling drives me insane.
Yeah. And so at some point, you have to have that Shannon O'Keefe. It's time to step on someone. It's time to win. It's time to step on somebody's throat. You're in competition.
Yeah.
That's why, again, some of the guys that came up through the non-traditional ways are the best ones ever. Anthony Simonson is one of the best ones ever, and he had one of the most untraditional. Buttriff, the same way. All these guys that just know how to bowl are the ones that are the most successful. Sure, you have some of the ones like Chris Barnes that, he did the, Wichita State, and then focus on this and focus on that, and puppy dogs
above us. Yep.
I mean, so you have some that go up through the college ranks and do all that stuff, and they're very seasoned when they come out, but when it comes down to it, you have the guys that just know how to bowl. Kyle Troop, another one, the guys that are just getting the pins down, that know how to bowl. Some of it may not be the prettiest. Anthony Simonson's not the prettiest thing you've ever seen. Jacob Buttriff's not the prettiest thing you've ever seen. But they knock the pins down and they get wins.
That's all that matters.
So
it's all that matters. We have a question here for you about thumb tape. Your recommendations on thumb tape / finger tape. I sweat a lot, so I kind of have. So the kind I have now, it always comes off. So I don't know what you recommend, but
I don't. As far as the stuff that goes on your thumb, I don't really know. I would have to say you're going to have to get it dry and powder up before you just put it on.
Turbo has a product that you can put on right beforehand.
Yeah,
they have the gamer grip you can try that you put on the area before you apply the tape. Put that on there and then put your tape on there. It helps it stay. So, gamer grip from Turbo.
Yep.
So check that out.
So yeah, that would be a thing. And gamer grip is obviously they got that from because people that sweat when they're holding onto their controller, it gets all slippery and whatever else. So it's kind of but it works really well. It keeps your hand dry without making it tacky.
Yep.
So
check out gamer grip. I think you can get it directly from the Turbo website.
Yeah, you can get it from Turbo, or you can get it from. I'm not sure.
You probably could get it from Bowler's Mart or anything else, I would think.
Yeah, and you can get it on gaming websites too. I'm pretty sure that you can get it at. You'd probably buy it from Control Freaks or I'm forgetting the controller. I've got a couple of them.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the special controllers.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Battle Beaver or whatever the other Scuff. That's what I'm thinking.
I just got a text message in from my dad here. He's got a question for us.
Mm-hmm.
Rotator cuff surgery, arthritis, and joints. Haven't bowled in years, mixed with age. When do you decide to go with the lighter ball or something with something heavier? Sorry, your mom won't let me ask questions on the feed. So, what do you think?
No, I think you've got to go. There's a lot of people that are dropping to 14 and really liking it. I haven't heard one single person drop to 14 and say, it's not really for me. I'm going back.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler Gromlovitz shoots all kinds of nonsensical numbers with 14s.
Because he switched with elbow pain, I believe.
Yeah, Brianna Cote throws 14s, and she won a couple titles last year.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's just, and they actually say that that's the best weight because you can throw them harder and add revs, and so that increases the kinetic energy that's transferring from the ball into the pins. And so they did it. Storm did some testing on this, and I think it's with their, when the physics came out, they put out something along with that and said 14s hit the hardest across, as far as being consistently across the board, just because 15s and 16s are heavier, but the amount that they take off your speed and revs to throw them bumps them down further. Now, once you get under 14, then the weight starts getting too light. But 14 is the weight, and that's the design weight for bowling balls.
Mm-hmm.
They don't design them for 15, even though 15 is the most popular weight.
Yep.
They design them at 14 pounds.
That's great. I would definitely, because I've seen him bowl so much, I would definitely say 14. So that's the only downside if with rotator cuff surgery, you're going to throw it harder.
Yeah.
So I would still suggest 14 pounds. You start throwing 13, you're probably going to put it to the masking units. But, yeah, there we have it. So fire us off some more questions in here. I had to get that one in. I felt my phone vibrate, and I always make sure it's something going on. So. What's the matter? Getting another one?
Yeah. Pull out another beverage.
Oh, going to a beverage here. I'm in 14 now. The positives outweigh the negatives for me. Sure. The only thing I don't like is when balls, RG diff numbers are 2 and for 15. Yeah, that is. They do change.
That's the problem. Is that, especially with the storm stuff, I was going to go to 14 actually a year or two ago, but I started to see some of the numbers for the stuff come out. I'm like, I can't do this. I think it was, it was after the accident. It was some asymmetric ball. And the UFO, because I'm like, the UFO is this, and I'm like, holy crap! Mm-hmm. It was something. Look out, interesting.
What just happened?
Angel's playing with stuff.
Oh, gosh.
Normally I like it when she plays with stuff.
Oh gosh, here we go. Carry on. Oh, now we're a little too sexy, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little too sexy. Got to watch the road numbers with the different weights. Yep, that's another
one.
Nice.
Some of them don't change.
Yeah, some of them don't.
But the problem with, especially the storm stuff, is that at phase 3 is like 248 RG and 15 pounds, and it's 253 or 254 in 14. It's a totally different ball.
Yeah.
Something like the Zen doesn't change a lot.
No, it doesn't. I did look at that once.
That one goes from like 249 to 250 or something.
Yeah.
So
here's a good question. What is the hardest thing for the two of you to correct/improve? Physical issues or issues with your mental game? Definitely physical issues with me.
Mental game.
I mean, my mental game's terrible. That's what used to be one of the better parts of my game, and it just threw that out the window.
If I drink, I'm a superstar. If I don't, I'm tragic.
Dark code changes a lot.
Amazingly tragic.
I haven't looked at the numbers on that between the two, but that definitely doesn't surprise me. Storm have anything new coming out soon? Yes.
Zen Soul.
Yeah,
somebody asked me about that earlier, and I never got back to it. The Zen Soul is just a hybrid Zen. It is 2 parts pearl, 1 part solid. It comes at either 3,000 or 4,000 grit, depending on which infographic you look at on the website. So I have no idea. But it's going to be closer to the Zen than the Zen Master. But seeing as how those are such different balls, I think this is the Imperial. I think it's kind of cool. I do, because sometimes you have different than you have. Sometimes Roto Grip does this a whole lot, where they'll have Microtrack solid and then they'll have E-Trax pearl on the same core. So you'll have something like an idle and then an idle pearl, and so you get the same core, but they change formulas and types at the same time, and so you get a little bit more separation. With the Zen, they've gone the same cover formula, solid or pearl solid, and now hybrid. But that created enough difference in between the balls. The Zen and Master are very different. They roll very similar, but the Zen is much longer, much sharper. The Zen Master's earlier, rollier, not necessarily rollier, but it's earlier, a whole lot more. It's a whole lot more controllable, a whole lot smoother. The Zen Soul is going to be right in the middle.
So it's still going to have punch.
It might be a shade closer to the Zen because it's 2 parts pearl, 1 part solid. I'm not going to throw it. We're going to get one for Angel because she wants it, and she's going to be the one to do the review there. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole.
I might have to get me one of them.
But, so if the Zen's a little too long and flippy or whatever, this is going to blend it. This is going to be like a blended Zen without going to like Zen Master extremes. So we are drinking now New Belgium, Voodoo Ranger, Imperial IPA. New Belgium is one of my favorite breweries, even before or even after Budweiser bought them.
Yep.
They've got some of my favorite sours ever.
Ugh.
Nom, nom, nom.
I want to be that Yankees meme or GIF or whatever it is, where the guy just stands there like this. Yeah.
Yep. Tammer does use 14-pound balls. Are they doing something with the hustles? My pro shop guy said he can't find it anywhere. No, they're just out of stock because they're producing.
Yeah.
Now they're having to produce a bunch of these exchange balls. They're also rolling out the Zen Soul, and so the camos, all the hustles are on back order. They're just on back order because they're not prioritizing those. Yeah. So.
Since you brought up the weight topic, do you guys think there is any benefit to throwing 16 nowadays? I really don't.
Nope. I used to throw 16. I've got a couple 16s up there. Well, I got the El Nino 2000. I think the Supercharge. I think that's after I moved to 15 pretty quickly. I threw 16 there for a while, and it's just like, well, I don't really need to do this anymore. Everybody else was throwing 15s, and so you know how to get phasing off of a bowling ball? Yes, you got to warm it back up. So that's most of the time. If they get cold, they phase, or if you get them resurfaced, or if you get like a detox treatment or something like that, they phase pretty badly. Most of the time, if you clean them, or some of the balls like we can see on the IQ
just got phasing
Tornado, right, my phase 2 right there, you can tell where they sat in the box on the UPS truck or the FedEx truck. Thanks.
Got a little round mark on it.
Yeah, thanks, Marie Calendars. I'm glad that Storm uses FedEx because they're a couple bucks cheaper, but they suck.
With Motive, we had UPS.
Yeah, but anyway, you can see the little round spot where the ball actually sat in the box most of the time on the bottom of the ball.
Yep.
And it's just a little white-ish spot. But most of the time, if you take cleaner to it, it'll kind of come out. So
I was never really worried about it though.
I like phasing, and especially the hook milk.
Hook milk.
Phasing can look a little weird, but I do like hook milk.
Steven, what's up, man?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Steven, for those that won our meme contest, I know we announced it last week, but once again, we're going to work on start having you guys on. I think we talked about today, you and I, starting next week, we're going to have our first guest.
Yeah, we might have one of them. We might have all of them, depending on
just timing
really
and how it works out.
just timing and how it works out for everybody. But yeah, we'll have them on. So.
Work at FedEx. But we'll reach out to schedule with you guys.
Sorry, but FedEx sucks here.
If you guys are watching, will you do me a favor and send me your availabilities for next Wednesday, please? You can send it to me via Facebook.
Kendall, Stephen Fangmeyer, Kendall Portiz, Stephen Fangmeyer, and Paul Burnett.
Yep.
If you're available next Wednesday, we might even just do 30 minutes if we have nothing better to talk about. They're going to do another round of the PBA Playoffs. So we'll have that to kind of talk about. But think about what you guys want to talk about. If you have anything that you specifically want to talk about, or if you have questions for us, or just discussion topics, and we can include you on that, and that'll be fun. And
get to know you a little bit too. So everybody we all see your name in the chat and in the Breakdown Pair Facebook group, etc. So gives everybody a chance to get to know you. So we're excited to have you on and talk to you. So fantastic.
And sorry, but FedEx sucks.
What's ball's in your bag at the moment?
Ooh.
I just had a tournament over the weekend, and I fried on Sunday, so I really don't know. It's all scrambled around in there. But Luke can probably answer it quicker. I mean, I can tell you, but go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, I drilled a bunch of overseas and discontinued stuff. So they're probably not going to be happy about that, but whatever.
So you got a bunch.
Not that good of a deal anyway.
Specifically, do you want to tell them what it is?
Yes, I drilled an Attention Black Pearl, which is Hyper Response Pearl. I believe the numbers on it are 250, 053, 016. So it's kind of UC2-ish, but the Hyper Response Pearl is closer to like NEX or a Microtrack, something like that. I think Schlimmer told me it was somewhere between them, but it's like a super loaded Microtrack, so it's a big cover. So it's kind of like a dark coat. It's longer. It's kind of like a dark coat if it's shaped like a UC2. It's just a stronger UC2. It's a very similar shape. It just hooks quite a bit more than a UC2.
Gotcha.
I also drilled a Torch-It, which is 249, 055, 017, or 018. So it's another big asymmetric. It's got the Idle Pearl cover on it. So it's E-Trax P18. That one is a little earlier than my UFO Alert, but it reacts the same. which was I drilled it specifically as a replacement for my alert because I wanted to take my alert to nationals, and so I thought the Torch it's got a stronger core, but it's got the same formula. So even though so I thought, well, the UFO alert being a hybrid version of the formula, the Torch being Pearl version of the formula, plus a little bit stronger cover, it should be close. It is very close. I drilled a new ProMotion with a different layout. I drilled a new IQ Nano Pearl with a different layout. I'm still carrying my old ProMotion, or one of my ProMotions, RSTX2, Volt Pearl, the Reality. I'm carrying around the Reality quite a bit now.
Yep.
So that's kind of what I'm throwing the majority of right now.
Yeah. For me, I'm looking at Power Torque goes pretty much everywhere. 3D offset. Venom Shock is starting to get back in the bag again. Not that it ever should have left. Venom Shock starting to get back in the bag. Obsession Tour. Just recently drilled an Obsession Tour Pearl. Black Widow Ghost. Zen definitely goes everywhere with me. I've got plenty more I could name off, but just the main bags, that's basically what it is. So every once in a while, I'll bring a dark code. The ball is still really weird to me.
I do want to drill a dark code. I have one to drill, but I wanted to drill the Attention Black Pearl first to see exactly what that was because I didn't know what Hyper Response Pearl was. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people are wondering about the UFO alert to dark code comparison. Even though the dark code's a lot stronger on paper, on the lane they shape pretty similarly. And so I can, if something shapes similarly, mm-hmm. that makes it a closer reaction for me than if they're more similar on hook but mm-hmm. different shapes.
Well, that makes sense, yeah.
So if the dark code is a UFO alert that's just a little bit stronger, I can handle that a whole lot better than if I would try to replace the UFO alert with something like a Nova that's closer on paper but mm-hmm. not closer on the lane.
Oh, and I don't remember if I said did I say 3D offset? That one definitely goes everywhere.
No, but yeah, that one goes everywhere. You've had your Power Torque out a couple times here lately. You've got the Venom Shock back out.
Yep, it's going to start going with me more places. The 3D offset is the weirdest ball to me. When I got it out of the box, it was super strong. The coverage is super strong, and it's now kind of tamed itself down. It's very, very slow.
It's somewhere in between your Power Torque and Obsession Tour.
Yes.
Because the Power Torque is earlier and slower.
Yes.
But the Obsession Tour it's kind of it's not quite as strong as a Jackal Ghost, but it's a fairly similar shape.
Very
It's got
similar.
that round kind of continuous motion to it.
Just not as strong. So to me, because I like it to leave my ghosts at lane shine, so it sees it a little quicker, but still pretty smooth. So,
video reviews on those. No, they don't like me doing reviews on stuff that I can't. I know that Luis Napolis does some of that stuff, but they don't really like us making reviews on stuff that people can't walk into a pro shop and buy. And I'm on the same page with them on that one because part of my job is to promote stuff that people can go into pro shops and buy, or they can order online, something that they don't have to go out of their way and spend $300 some odd on to buy. So I'm on their team, so to speak, on that one. I would like to make videos on them because people do like to see different things, and they see a lot of different things overseas that we don't see over here. And so I would like to show those off, but at the same time, there's overseas Shota.
Kawazoe, yes.
Does good videos on them. Team High SP does videos on the overseas stuff. Akio Ishihara. He does. So yeah, it's the High SP or whatever.
Some of those Japan videos are amazing. By the way,
the Japanese videos are great. Shota he throws. So Shota's great to watch, and they already have videos out there. And so as far as the videos go, I do kind of need to stick to the stuff that's current in production, stateside, that if you see it and you want it, you can go buy it without having to track one down and spend hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
So, sorry, I would like to make videos on them, but I'm on their side on this one.
Thoughts on the UC2?
I love the UC2. I want a new UC2. It was a little too back when I started. There was one of the. I don't know. I think I reviewed it in June, July, or something. The year that I switched back to lefty, and it was too punchy. It was way too much shape. Now that I'm using ASIMs more, I do like my RSTX2, but the core is a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
So the cores on those on the UFO Alert and the X2 were like 252, 253 on the RG, and 050-ish on the differential. The UC2 is quite a bit lower RG at 249, and so I like the general shape, but sometimes the UC2 and especially the X2 go a little bit too long. The Alert is rolly enough to kind of make up for it, but I do want something stronger, rollier, but with that same cover strength on it, which is the UC2. And so I just haven't been able to pull the trigger on it yet but I'm getting into drilling a whole lot more stuff. I'm starting to drill more of the stash. I also put holes in a Hustle Pink.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a Hustle PBR that's bright pink and polished. So I put holes in that too. I also have a couple fluxes, the Flux and Flux Pearl, that I'm looking at putting holes in those as well. Those are basically asymmetric high roads. So I kind of like the idea of that because I throw the high road and the Volt Pearl quite a bit, but sometimes they're just too slow down. They get to the spot and they just miss it. Sometimes in that situation, when I'm trying to throw those, it's because I need something that clears the fronts.
Right.
But then they just don't quite have the conviction to finish on the back end, and the Flux and the Flux Pearl are like 255, 048, 014 or something. So they're about the same. They're a little bit, tiny bit lower RG, about the same differential, but with a little bit of asymmetry to still get the same length through the fronts, but then have more pop, more conviction, more torque on the back end.
Right. That makes sense.
So
makes sense. Do you guys put surface on your Zen? Luke doesn't really throw his. I put Reactive Scuff on mine before I even put it down the lane. So Reactive Scuff is amazing. By the way.
And I've started doing that. And again, this is kind of funny that apparently, and this I think is going to be in Wriggle's story, the idea that the cover finish affects hardness apparently fairly substantially.
Okay.
Is a very new thing to the bowling industry, because USBC, when they do their certification testing, will take everything to 500 grit first, because you have balls that come to 1,000, you have balls that come to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, polished, whatever else. And so to create a baseline, they just take everything to 500.
Okay.
And that's what they also do for their absorption testing too.
Okay.
So they take everything to 500, they do the absorption, they do the hardness testing on it, and that's what they certify it at. But if you have a polished ball, this is something that I've heard kind of on the inside track from people. It's like, yeah, if we're going to get something tested for hardness, we'd sand it because it's going to come out harder.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So maybe it's something with the finishing compound is just making, and the durometer, the durometer only goes like a millimeter or something.
Okay.
It's very, very, very shallow. So it's negligible, but sanded balls test harder than polished balls do. And apparently that's something that's coming out. That's something that everybody's kind of waking up to a little bit.
Okay. I see. You just taught me something. I didn't
know
that.
Yeah, that's something that's just kind of coming out here recently.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Paul had another question here for you.
Yeah, what was I talking about? I need to finish a thought.
You're talking about the hardness.
Yeah, I was talking about the hardness, but there was something before. There was a point that I was trying to make out of it. The surface finish. I've been taking the polish off of stuff because it's just too glossy out of the box anymore.
I don't like shiny.
If it's shiny, I've been just taking it to 4,000 grit before I even put holes in it, and just breaking the shine. I still like the shinier type stuff, but it's almost better to completely take the factory polish off of it. And this is something that James says as well. He's like, you can't replicate factory surface. So if you like it out of the box, you're screwed because you're not going to be able to get it back there. He's like, but if I take it to 3,000 grit, I can get it back to that.
Mm-hmm. True that.
So resetting the surface is a good idea on anything to begin with. And I actually did that on my ProMotion and my Tornado Pearl. I actually took those to 3,000 grit because the ProMotion comes pretty chalky out of the box. I'm like, well, I'm just going to let it shine up anyway. But, yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, and Paul had a good question.
That was a good question. About the 12 gamer. Gonna pop it up on the screen.
Where is that up?
Right there. That'd be the one. Did it come up? And there we go.
It's working on it.
All right.
Do you guys think my idea of doing a 12-gamer split between two houses in the same day works and draws a decent amount of bowlers? Jeff Poston did that once upon a time here. We had 6 games at Westridge, then we broke for lunch, then we had 6 games at Royal Crest and Lawrence.
Yep.
And so they don't even really have to be that close together because those are 30, 35 minutes apart.
As long as you get a decent break for lunch.
Yeah, we broke for a couple hours for lunch. And so, yeah, it's a great concept. It's a bunch of fun to have because some people are house bowlers. They're going to do really well in a certain house, and they're going to go somewhere else, and they're going to suck.
Yep. I think a lot of it, too, is going to come down to entry fee. If the entry fee is not stupid high, you'll attract interest.
Normally, for lineage and whatever else, however many games you bowl, it's about $8 to $10 per game.
Yep.
To put a decent amount in the prize fund and also to pay for lineage and everything. So if you had 12 games, it's like $100, $120. If it's a doubles tournament, you could even get away with doing like 150, 160, something like that. And that's what Poston's tournament was. It was a doubles tournament.
See what we're paying for the 18 on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Take a guess. How much you think it's going to be? Or how much you think I paid? How about that?
150, 200.
160.
Yeah,
for 18 games. That's not bad at all.
No, and that's about where it should. $150 to $200 is where it should be.
Yeah, so Paul, that gives you an idea. We're bowling, like I said, we're bowling the 18 games on Sunday in Omaha, and we're paying. Granted, we're in the same center, but we're paying $160 for 18. So you should be able to give yourself an idea off that. So, but I love the idea. I think it would be amazing. So.
Just put holes in a Flux and a Flux Pearl this month. Yeah, I really want to put holes in those, but I still need to work on my game a little bit. I've kind of fluctuated. I had such a bad weekend that I thought, I need to put holes in something right-handed and give that a go again. But then I'm like, I can't keep flipping back and forth. And I've been there. I've given my right hand more than its fair share of chances, and it's failed me every single time. And so I think I just need to put in a lot of work, kind of get back on things on the left side of the lane. I've started trying to bowl like a righty on the left side, and it just doesn't work. You have to throw it hard. You have to play the friction. There's just things you have to do. And I don't like the game on the left side of the lane. And so I've kind of resisted doing it, but I'm like, you know what? After watching Spencer all weekend, just fire the high hard one at the pocket. He scored. I didn't score. Trevor didn't score because Trevor tries to shape it too.
Yeah.
But I'm not even a poor man's Trevor. I'm just not that great.
He even got in throwing a purple hammer for a little bit.
Yeah, and that didn't look good either beyond one game.
James, oh gosh,
so
bit of a breakdown pair. What's up, man? What's up, James?
So I'm just gonna have to stick with the lefty thing and actually bowl like a lefty. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. It's very boring. I miss the mental side. On the left side, you have to find it, and then you have to ace every shot.
Yep.
And it's just not fun. Now, it is fun when you do find something and have something, and then all you have to do is just execute.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like a real dumbass when you have the world and you can't execute.
Yeah.
Like there was too many shots on Saturday. I had a great look on Saturday at the doubles tournament. I had a great look, and the few times where I threw one out the window or just couldn't quite execute really fried me out because it's like the shot's there. It's not changing. Even on the Dragon Ramp pair, I had a great look on that pair. And I shot 250. Yeah, I shot 215 or something like that. How do I have this kind of look and not be shooting 230 and 240 every game? And then I miss a spare here and there. And it's kind of like, well, Saturday there was no excuse to not be good. Sunday was just not happening. Yeah. It was just a wretched day. But that's the other thing is that on the right side, there's really not much of a thing because eventually they kind of open up. So a bad day on the right side is, well, I didn't have anything for 3 or 4 games, and they opened up, and then I had something I just couldn't quite. I didn't do enough the first couple games. And the right side, usually when they start breaking down, you can make smarter decisions, you can make faster moves, you can make better moves. On the left side, it's kind of like, oh, well, I don't have a look, so this is going to suck for 8 games. So it's so hot and cold. And, when somebody like Brian Voss talks about the one-handers and two-handers should be separated because it's such a different game, it's really not. The left-handers and the right-handers need to be separated because it's so ridiculously different. It'll never be equal. There's nothing you can do to make it equal, even remotely equal. It is a completely different game, and that's reinforced every single time I go out and do it. And like last night. So let's take last night at the Baker final. So we have this league that's a really cool concept. They kind of run it like an NFL league.
Yep.
So you bowl for like 10 weeks or whatever, and then they put you into 4 different divisions. And then at the end of the year, the top 2 in each division make the playoffs.
Yep.
And so then you have Team Baker matches, best 3 out of 5, until in a bracket.
Yep.
Until you see who wins. Well, on our first pair last night, the right lane for the righties was awful.
12?
It was off. 12 was
not good.
Wretched.
It was not good.
And it was so bad to the point that the teams. So at the end of the night, both of our teams averaged combined. We bowled all 5 games in that one. It came right down to the last frame, the 5th game. But we won because we got the left lane 3 of the 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason. Every single game that was won on the left lane. It was 5-0.
Yeah.
Nobody won a game bowling on the right lane.
Yep.
And so the Baker matches, you don't switch lanes back and forth. You get on the one lane, you bowl your entire game on that one, then you switch, bowl the entire game on that one, so that the teams, flip-flop back and forth. The team average was 250, was a shade under 250. We had like 1,247 pins for the 5 games or something.
Yeah.
So it was a shade under a 250 average. The other lane was under a 200 average.
Yeah,
because it was 996, 995 or something like that.
I don't think it had a game over 190 until the last game.
Yeah, they shot 227 the last game.
And that was impressive.
Ridiculously impressive.
And they were making good shots.
Yeah, they were making good shots. They figured it out. The lane started opening up a little bit. But it was 1247 on the left lane to 997 on the right lane. However, me and Tyler's dad had them exactly the same. Didn't have a problem. And so they actually switched the lineup when we went to game 3, I think, because they figured out, it's like, holy crap. When we went to game 4, because we had the left lane the first and the third game.
Right.
And then the righties had such a wretched look on the second game that we went back the 4th game, and Tyler's like, well, I mean, you were fine over here, so we're just going to make you. So it was 4-person teams, and so everybody, the first and second bowlers bowled 3 frames, and the third and fourth bowlers bowled 2 frames.
Right.
So they put me in the one spot so that I could throw an extra shot every game.
Yep.
Which ended up working out. Even though we didn't win any games. It's just the left lane was so much easier, but it was on the right side.
And on top of that, you're throwing a lot more surface now. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I hate it because I like my shiny stuff. But no, I threw the reality.
Is that because of the right side of your brain? Sorry, I'm pointing there.
Yeah.
Right side of your brain.
I threw the reality for all 10 Baker games last night.
And it looked really good.
It looked great. And I was throwing a good.
That's why I said last night I looked right at you and I'm like, that's the reality you're throwing right now? I'm proud of you. So, we did live stream it too. That was kind of fun. So, yeah, that league is a great concept. Shout out to our buddy Trevor Bumgarner who runs that league. That's his concept, his league. He runs the whole thing. So, it's a lot of fun. Finally made to a stream night. Awesome, Alex. Welcome.
Yeah. All right.
James is sitting at 567 after 2. Currently sitting on the front 3. I told him. I just said in the comments, don't get nervous with the smiley.
Yeah. I did that to Bruce once on his and Aaron's on the front. That's kind of a thing now.
You did it to me in Wichita with the front 10, and I leave a 7-10 or whatever it was.
Don't get nervous.
No, 7-pin. It was a 7-pin, something like that.
And some people, oh my God, why would you
phone.
Say that?
Right here with the phone?
Just
I don't care.
Relax, people. Yeah, exactly. Relax, people.
It's not like it would be my first one, so
calm down.
No big deal.
That's the other thing is you still think about 300s now when you have a shot at them, but it's not. You don't get the knee knocking nerves anymore. It's just kind of like I got to get up and make the shot, and they're going to go down or they're not.
Yep.
And it sucks if they don't, but when I had the last couple times I had a shot. Like on Tuesday, month or two ago.
Oh, my bad.
I had the front 10. Well, no, that's a different night.
Oh, my bad.
I had the front 10. I had 520. high 5 teens, low 520. No, it had to be in the 5 teens.
That was a big number.
I had like 515 going in, and then I had the front 10.
Yeah. No, I did.
No, I had the front 9. I had the front 9, and I needed the first hit in the 10th for 800.
Your first lefty 800.
Yeah, my first lefty 800, because I've had 790 4 times now, and I threw a great shot, and I wasn't nervous at all. I threw a great shot. It just wrapped a 7, and I ended up shooting 279 or 278, 790, 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really matter, just another 790. But no, it's one of those things where you get enough experience, you make the shot, and they either fall down or they don't.
But I can never go around you anymore when you're throwing a shot because you always 9-pin or 8-pin.
Stuff 9 pins.
Sorry. He finally looked at me one week and says, "Go away."
Yeah, I know.
My bad, man.
Well, yeah, because I had the front 7 or 8 a couple weeks ago, and you came down to say something about the show. We normally on Tuesday nights at League, we talk about the show tonight.
Yeah.
And you came down, and I just stoned. I was front 7 or 8, and I just stoned the stuff 9.
And I'd have a look on my face like,
it's like, holy crap.
Did I do that?
Yeah, it's like, okay, whatever. And so we chuckled about it. What happened again last week, not last night, but a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 of them that night, and you were down there for both of them. Both times you walked down, I stuffed a 9-pin.
Sorry.
So it's like, holy crap.
I'm bad karma.
Get out of here.
I'm a black cloud. I know. I'm the cloud. Apparently I am too now. But was the worst.
I got a guy that throws at 19 at the pocket, has nothing that really works. Have a suggestion besides slow it down. You're going to need a reality or a gem or something like that.
Well, James got front 5.
My Zen is out of box, has been too good to change. Yeah, and I generally, on the stronger covers, like the Attention Black Pearl, I didn't hit that with anything. Yeah. It looks great just as it is out of box. The stronger covers, I think Ultra Reality, stuff like that, the cover formulas are strong enough that you can get away with it. The Zen is already early and smooth enough that I think the polish kind of offsets it. If you took the shine off of that, you end up with a Zen Master, which is a steaming pile of crap.
You know what I'm thinking about drilling? A pin down Zen.
That would be the way that it would have to work for me. But again, my phase 3 is so much better across the board that there's no reason for me to. It's the same ball reaction, it's just better. So there's no reason for me to keep screwing around with the Zen.
I'm really thinking that a pin down Zen for me would allow me to stay in it longer and get on top of it more.
Yeah.
And I think it would destroy.
Because that's the problem with the Zen is that you have kind of a stronger-ish layout on it. It's not a super strong layout.
Yeah.
But you do have a pin-up layout on it. And so when you do have to move in a little bit, it just dies. It uses up too much too quick, and it dies a little bit. It just can't make the corner. So if you're throwing the Zen and then you can ball down into a pin down Zen,
that's what I was getting ready to say.
Then you can stay on top of it, have the same look, and then let the transition come to you instead of you reacting to the transition. You could plan for it and let it come to you.
I'm just gonna carry a bag of Zens, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I'm really considering drilling one. Pin down the exact same drill on it that I have on the Black Widow Ghost. Really considering it.
And that one's really good for you, too. We might have to have a couple of practice streams this year.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Because I think we both have some serious work to do. I think we know what we need to do. It's just our ball reaction is terrible right now. The angles we're trying to play is terrible.
Yeah.
We need to kind of hit the reset button, get out and actually practice, because you can't practice in League.
No, well, we were bowling so many dang nights a week.
Yeah, you have to try to score, and we're so busy because, we bowl on Tuesday, we have the show on Wednesday, we bowl on Thursday, we bowl on Friday, then we bowl tournaments, and all that stuff we have to try to score in. And so we just need to hit the reset button, go back to square one, do some practicing, put some work in, so we both have the same have the same things to do. When is the trend 2 the most useful? It's going to be situational. It's going to be different for everybody. Yeah. Some people use it right out the box or right out the gates. Some people, it depends on your speed, your rev rate. It depends on too many things to really say. So sorry, but that's one of those things that you have to go out there and practice with it and figure that out for yourself. Yeah. I can't really tell you because it depends on the conditions, your game, too many different things for me to say, oh, okay, well, it's best in, game 5 of a 8-game block on this pattern or something like that. It's just
I agree. Oh, somebody asked me a question here, Jimmy. Brian.
Oh, Ben Gayton of the Pop His Stuff.
There he is. Go ahead. There you have it. Speaking of that, we need to
303 Creations on Facebook.
We're slacking.
It says 303creations.com, but that website's no longer around.
Catch him on
You got
Facebook.
to find him on Facebook. There's 303 Creations on Facebook. Very, very cool ball cups.
Amazing work. I have one it's got a turbo logo on it. So
yeah. Very, very cool, super durable, good stuff. We've had this. These were Christmas presents.
Yeah.
From Joe, and I use the crap out of this, and it looks brand new.
Speaking of that, he wants us to send him our logo. So we need to
I need to get with Keith on that.
Brian Wall, John, with so many brands and so many balls, how do you choose what to put in your bag? I'm honestly not going to lie. I drill what I know is good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is cool. If I wasn't on staff, I would have an Obsession Tour.
Oh yeah.
I would have a Black Widow Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a Jackal Ghost.
Have all three of those.
Probably would have drilled one of those new blue corals.
The blue coral looks amazing.
That looks good.
You can't tell me you wouldn't have a
the blue tank, but I already have promotions.
No.
Same ball.
A 3D offset. You would love the 3D.
Yeah, I'd probably have one of those. I do like the look of the Power Torque too. The Paragon.
Paragon looks amazing.
Ridiculous. So yeah, it would be nice, but at the same time, I already have more stuff than I can throw right now anyway. I got stuff just sitting here staring at me. It's like, oh yeah, that ball exists. I should probably throw that more. But I can't take it because I've already got too much stuff, and then I drilled even more stuff now. So
what swag would you have? Honestly, if I had to pick a swag ball right now, I would pick the Dynamite.
Swag
Dynamite.
Oh God, there's another one.
And I actually have a swag Dynamite. Thank you, Paul. You gave me one.
Yeah.
Me none. I like throwing
balls.
There's
a couple of those I like the look of.
James says balls that actually strike, and then he throws one, and he would shoot 875 with it.
What would be a good hybrid replacement for the Intense Fire? The Intense Fire was kind of a weird one because the layout mattered a whole crap load on that one. Because I had two of them, and they didn't act anywhere near the same ball. One of them was pin up, one of them was pin down, and they didn't act anywhere close to each other. Not remotely
That's
close.
A great question, actually.
And I have it'd be an altered reality, is what.
What?
Yeah.
What?
My second one, the first one I had would be a UFO alert. The second one I had is an altered reality. They were crazy, crazy different.
Really?
So it's very hard.
I don't see them anywhere close.
Yeah. And that's the thing. My second Intense Fire was an altered reality, and the first one was very. Almost RSTX2-ish. But that RSTX2 might be the closest one.
Here's a good question.
Of the balls that are still legal.
Yes. Here's a great question.
Not restricted.
What stupid advice that you have heard actually works? I don't know.
There's a lot of stupid advice that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I think the stupid advice that works is the moving forward or backwards on the approach, because people say, oh, well, if your ball's hooking too much, just move up 6 inches and the ball goes 6 inches longer.
To get the 10 out?
Yeah.
Have you heard that one too?
Yeah. Well, if you can't get the 10 out, just back up 6 inches. I'll make the ball react. It's like, okay, so you backing up 6 inches on the approach makes the pattern shorter.
Yeah. No.
Interesting. It does affect your tempo, though.
It does affect your tempo.
Back up on the approach, you're going to take longer steps and make them a little bit longer. If you move up, you take shorter steps, typically go a little bit slower.
Yes.
So it's going to affect your tempo. It's not going to make the pattern, move back. It makes the ball react earlier.
I heard this so much growing up.
Make the pattern shorter or longer it will. That's intelligent.
I was looking at
Thought about that for more than 3.2 seconds.
Yeah, the move up, forward, and back. I tried that when I was younger so many times. I'm like, this doesn't work. It's definitely ball motion. I was looking at the Widow Ghost.
Yeah. Oh.
Go ahead.
I'm still at Ashley.
What
storm ball should I get next?
I told her it's Zen. She didn't have one.
I don't know. At I'm always big on the Phase 3. That's Phase 3, RSTX2, UC2. Those are some ones that are just they're just sexy. Made the turn at 565 on the in-paired and IN league. Front 3, front 5. Obsession Tour.
We're catching up here. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
Guys and gals.
Front 5. James is keeping us updated.
Don't get nervous.
Brian, I'm in the same boat as a free agent. Actually makes me much more choosy on what to drill. Yeah, I would.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
I would drill a crap load of stuff, but at the same time, I have so much stuff down here, and I've got a bunch of overseas balls I haven't got.
You would have to drill some chalk. Obsession Tour, yes. Own an Obsession Tour, you won't be disappointed.
I'll be back. What was that URL again? Yeah, once again, Patrick, it's not.
It's on, well, we just had it on the screen a second ago.
Facebook, not online. I'll be back.
Rodney just sent me something on scores for tonight. Rodney shot 278, 202, 279 at pre-bowling tonight. There's a man. I have the Phase 3 and Nova, also have a Rotogrip Halo. So you need a Zen. I'm telling you. You'll thank me later. Luke just left me. So, yeah, definitely get the Widow Ghost. In my opinion, the Widow Ghost is pretty good. If you're looking strictly for B7 brands, I don't know what else you're looking for, but what else? Did we get some questions in here? I feel the same way about this. Session Tour. James, where are you at? How far away are you on being up again? What's comparable to the Obsession Tour and SPI, if anything? It would have to be like an IQ Tour Solid, just because of all the differences. One's asymmetrical, one's symmetrical. So I would definitely say an IQ Tour Solid. I just see for Hunt 7, J-Haw's Discord handle is about to be Zen Chill. It is good, man. It is good. My Pro Shop guy told me to wait a little bit to see what release is coming. Well, there's a Zen Hybrid coming. The Zen Soul. Obsession Tour is ASIM. Where was it? I would definitely say it would be an IQ Tour Solid. I see the Obsession Tour being, because I had an Obsession or an IQ Tour Solid. I threw the crap out of it. I put 1 million games on that thing, I would bet, and it died on me pretty much. But to me, the asymmetry on it sees it a little quicker. But yeah, there it is. IQ Obsession Tour, IQ Tour Nano Pearl. IQ Tour Solid cover is cleaner. Yeah, it's the Obsession Tour to me, when I just from my naked eye throwing it, it seen the lane a lot sooner, or it sees the lane a lot sooner. So okay, well guys, give me some questions in here while I'm waiting. How is the Obsession Tour Pearl? I have not thrown mine a ton yet. It doesn't look great, but I know where it'll come in handy. So we will. When that ball for me, when they get really stupid burnt and the heads are gone, and the back ends are just crispy, that's when that ball is going to look really good for me. For example, I know James that was in here. He's not a super big fan of it. I did put holes in a Purple Hammer tonight because we're bowling on Cheetah on Sunday for the back 8. Those that are just joining, we're bowling 18. Well, I'm bowling 18 games on Sunday. Widow Ghost to replace my volatility torque. I haven't seen enough of the volatility torque to really say, yeah, it'd be a good one. But the Widow Ghost is pretty punchy. It's pretty good. Are you left-handed or right-handed? Just quick question. High road purple's too long. Phase 4 is for either high road rate speed. See, the Phase 4 is, I've seen mixed thoughts on it too, though, so I'm not really sure exactly to tell you to get a replacement or not. But, I mean, you're getting a free ball out of it, so you might as well replace it. If you're having second thoughts, you might as well. What else we got? Yeah. Don't mind me. We're not too far from being done, but Luke left me for a minute, so I'll hijack the show here. And he's back because he's barking. Ashley said, my Pro Shop guy told me to wait a little bit to see what releases are coming. And I said, well, there's another Zen coming, so you might as well just get the Zen.
Yeah, the Zen Soul, and then I have no idea what I think that there's going to be a hyped Solid coming. I can't imagine that not happening. But beyond that, I have no idea.
Steven, I don't think you can go wrong with the Nova. The Nova looks amazing.
Angel throws the crap out of the Nova. Mine's a little too slow for me.
I said 18 games. I'm sorry. We're rolling 16. I'm sorry. Stupid me. I can't do math today. I don't compute. But yes, it is 16. 8 and then 8.
Katie Thornton. That was the other SCAD coach. I couldn't remember her last name when I was talking about Verity earlier. So Alex,
yeah. Okay.
Alex, show up and save the day here. Katie Thornton.
John's doing math for me.
It was pretty amazing, too.
Can you come to work for me tomorrow and do math, please? Because my brain doesn't compute. I did say 18.
Front 7. What's comparable to the Obsession Tour in SPI? Yeah, it's an ASIM IQ TMP.
I told him it's the closest thing I could see is an IQ Tour or IQ Tour Surl, or gosh dang it, an IQ Tour Solid. But the Obsession Tour definitely sees the lane sooner.
Yeah, it would. You'd have to get like a
Pro,
UFO
maybe?
alert and take it to 2,000 or 3,000 because that's the same shape, but you definitely need more traction than the alert.
You can, depending on your game though, I can definitely see throwing IQ Tour Solid though. It's essentially because I've thrown both. To me, from my game, essentially was the same except the Obsession Tour sees it. Like I said, it sees it quicker down lane. The motion is the same. They're both controllable shapes, but
yeah. Idle Helios might be close.
Sean, he was using Common Core math. I know. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just being dumb. Thank you, James.
Idle Helios is symmetric, but it's got a stronger cover than the Obsession Tour, but it's got a weaker core than the Obsession Tour. So I think that if anything, Idle Helios would be somewhat similar.
You said Helios. And Steven's going to get mad.
Don't call me Steven.
Sorry, Hars. Sorry, Hars. Too far of a commute to work. It's okay. What lanes do you guys like best, wood or synthetic? Synthetic, and I haven't bowled on wood since I was probably 16, 17 years old.
It's true story. Yeah, it's pretty. It's been a while. Gauge Center was, again, my first 300 was on wood.
Yep.
My first two 800s were on wood also because I shot my first two 800s at Gauge North.
Impressive. I grew up on wood, so Laurel Lanes wood. Yeah.
I shot 299.
With Guardian, by the way.
Yeah. I shot 299, 298 my last game for my first 800. My second 800, I picked up a washout in the middle of the last game. I had 530 or 540 going in and shot 250 or 260 the last game. But I went spare
or which 300? Your first one?
My second 800
was
strike spare, triple washout spare sheet 264, 3, 5, something like that for 809.
Ever done string bowling? Thoughts on it? Oh, put some swag in your bag for $4.99. Paul
Norm from Discord is back. What's up, Norm?
Paul just donated $4.99.
Oh, sweet. Norm's been MIA a little bit here. Do you think we'll get another IQ Tour this summer? I think this year will be 10 years. I've heard some rumblings. Hopefully, they just got overseas. They got the IQ Tour Blue, which looks ridiculous.
Better get you one.
$4.99. I will say, put some swag in your bag.
Put some swag in your bag.
Paid $5. I'll say just about anything.
John Lander, $5. If you want to bowl on wood, come to the Midnight Bowler Society this year before they change the lanes. It's funny you say that because I have been wanting to go bowl the Midnight Bowler Society event. My wife is not happy about it, but I'm going to do it soon.
I want to go. I might send Flanagan something, and if he's going to stream it again, I'm sure that Brad and Kyle are going to do the commentating on it. But I would send him some and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to come out here holiday doubles.
Holiday doubles?
I don't want to go bowl. I just want to go sit there and commentate.
Let's bowl.
Flanagan is freaking awesome. We're both on the same page because we like talking about the bowling, but we like getting into rabbit trails and talking about nonsense and just not taking it like super seriously. Because Flanagan's a guy that can be super, super great. And his predictions when he's on flow or something like that, he says, well, I think this is going to happen. Most of the time it happens. So he's super sharp on the bowling side of things, but he makes it interesting on the other side. And I think that I'm in that same...
Yeah, that'd be cool.
He's obviously up here and I'm down here.
Brad and Kyle usually only get on if they're around and he just asks them to get in the booth. But
So Brad and Kyle kind of half run that tournament.
They run the women's one.
Yeah, they did the women's one, but at holiday doubles would be a different story. At the Midnight Bowler Society, they're going to be bowling.
The women's one they ran was the Midnight Bowler Society one. It was the same tournament, just women only.
Yeah, I did like that one.
I think we should go bowl the holiday doubles. Why not?
Yeah, I would. I want to make that one of these days, but so we can just flame out in qualifying, and then I can sit there and do commentary on the home finals. Robin Bargo, hello, Robin. Is Storm going to fill the voids all the disqualified balls where they're not disqualified? yet. They're just restricted to a couple tournaments. You can still, as of now, you can still throw them all in league. So, but yeah, I'm sure that they're going to. They had to discontinue them all. So yeah, I'm sure that they're gonna put out a bunch of stuff here. I'm sure that they're going to put out a bunch of stuff here coming up. The Zen Soul's coming. So. I have to think that but they're going to take care of this situation first because they're having to do a couple special runs of stuff to fulfill all this stuff. Yeah. So they're going to get that out of the way. Releases Zen Soul, probably a hype solid. I would see as another one coming. After that, I have no idea, but I think that they had a backlog of stuff that they've had to keep pushing back from COVID. So this is the perfect opportunity to just dump a whole bunch of stuff at Bowl Expo, which is only a couple months off. So that'd be the perfect thing and Roto normally goes big at Bowl Expo anyway. So they're going to have 2 or 3, 4 releases. Storm will probably have a couple. Global will have a couple. So, yeah.
I know we're getting ready to wrap up soon, but...
Yeah, I've still got another beer here.
Okay.
So.
Well,
All right, James wrapped a 10-pin in the 9th. Strikeout in the 10th for 279, 845. I had a shot at 845. Once upon a time, I had, I had 550 going in, I think. And no, it was 540. And I had the front 9. And then I ended up leaving a bucket and not picking it up for like 261 or 262, 263, and 812 or something, which was really disappointing because I had a great look. I want the illegal balls just to get them crybaby people in my practice league. Yeah, and this is the thing I don't understand is that bowlers just want to find ways to get rid of bowlers. I don't understand what bowling's about. I just don't understand the people. Your thing carried down through a decent, didn't get the hit. What's your most satisfying spare split that you can take out? I'm really not good with the big splits right now. I do like picking up washouts because they don't show as a split on the screen. And so if somebody sees 6-3 or 7-2, they just think that you missed a spare. Where washouts, if you have the 1-2 for me, the 1-3-7, and they see 7-2, they just think that you missed a 3-6-10 on the right side or some easy spare or something. But washouts, I like picking up washouts, and actually I'm really good at picking up washouts. Believe it or not, I'm about 50% on washouts because I leave so many of them. So practice makes perfect, right? Or practice makes 50% anyway. So you created your own carry down. Purple Hammer, a pin down obsession tour, heckin' urethane. Heckin' urethane. Sorry. All right, we've got one more beer to get through, so we'll hang out with y'all through the rest of it. James is finishing up his set. He could still shoot 845. I'm happy because I got an 8. Now, I'm happy because I think 820 is a big set. 800, if you just squeak over it, it's like, yeah, that's still a really, really good set. But when you shoot 820, you've got room to spare.
Facts.
So I've had a couple of 820s. Something beyond that would be really cool. But 820 is kind of my number to shoot for. 800 is cool, but 820 is you're really getting serious, ridiculous work done if you're going over 820.
I keep giving James crap in here. I said, nice set. You must have got nervous. I just keep telling him, got nervous. He strikes enough. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Creeps him out and carries down. 844, actually. Math wrong. See? You need John to do your math for you.
Yeah. Get that 844, though. 840 is crazy. Dave Halseth has 2 850s.
Impressive.
2.
Impressive.
850s.
Dave Halseth does.
And yeah, Anthony Lockwood has 3 or 4 sets over 850. From those of you who have been from way back in the day, my original beer frame buddy, Anthony Lockwood, lost like 75 pounds. He's got an 860 something is his high.
Impressive.
And then he's had a couple more 850s, 840s, just crazy, crazy numbers.
James says he can double gather in the tent and shoot 800. Do it. No, I'm kidding. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it, please.
Let me do it.
That's some Brad Miller math. Yeah. Brad Miller math. Oh, that's great. What's this one? Oh, is this the one you've been waiting for?
Yeah, this is the best one. Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA. Amazing.
Voodoo Ranger.
Yep.
Voodoo Ranger's good stuff.
Yeah.
I like Voodoo Ranger. Here, I can dump it while you're working on that. Dump it in. Keep firing away.
And then Boulevard's Space Camper series.
Oh, amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Love Space Campers. Oh, you can definitely tell it's a hazy one. Easily.
God, I love hazies. Love hazies.
Work from there and see where we're at. If you just drink your beer. When you said we got another beer to drink, I was thinking, first thing that came to my head is the Dumb and Dumber, pick 'em up.
Pick 'em up.
Mock. Yeah.
Ing. Yeah. Bird. Yeah.
And now we're off the rails.
Yeah. Yeah.
This has gone sideways. Mockingbird. Everybody. Have you heard? Sorry. Low Space Camper. See? There we go.
No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Pull your vehicle out of here. Pull your vehicle to the side of the road.
Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA.
I don't know if I had the Juicy Haze.
Oh, it's good.
Actually, I didn't know you were an IPA fan.
I'm a little fruity anyway, so I like the fruitier stuff.
Princess Luke.
Yeah, my brother's got the creamsicle sour right now, which is ridiculous.
Won't try it. Nope. What ball did you hate
Jason
but
and
matched up
Christy
with?
know all about that now.
Yeah.
Oh.
What ball did you hate but matched up too well not to throw it? Sweet Cool jerseys. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Clint.
Yeah, and this is another thing that we need to talk about is when I ordered a new batch of stuff. I got 6 new jerseys in. One of them is the Black Label collection that I wear to work because it's super super clean and classy and whatever else. But they got my logos and stuff on, so I'm wearing to work. This jersey pops. If you go and look at this on the website,
oh, it's amazing.
It looks bad on the website, but this pops in person. It looks like, I don't know what they're doing with their website photos, but this looks so good in person. If you go look at it on the website right now, it looks kind of fuzzy, low res. It's like, oh, that's cool design, and I'll grab it. This pops. I mean, this is super high def on this. It looks so good.
No, high def is.
Yeah, the colors pop. Everything's super saturated. They look amazing when you get them.
So we should do a breakdown pair axe throwing competition.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down. Actually,
we need to do different stuff.
We
do have ales and axes here in town. So we do have something to where we can do that.
We can drink beer and stream.
There's some very cool stuff that we can do. We could even go bowling at the Pennant sometime.
Oh gosh, house shoes and house balls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not. But we could do it.
I'm not taking my equipment there.
No, we could take our equipment in there and just see what kind of whatever they put, because they're just expecting people to walk in and get drunk and throw house balls down the lane. So we need to go actually try to bowl there.
Just take one POS ball you just don't throw.
Yeah. We just need to take some random stuff and go bowl there and see what it's actually like.
That'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about this summer doing some stuff like the spin the wheel? Talked about Royal Crest.
Yeah, we talked about several different things. Royal Crest to do whatever we want to do. Plus, we have nationals coming up, so we could have them put out the patterns from last year and go practice and just talk some equipment, whatever else. James shot 833, third highest set of his career.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a Topeka trip coming soon. That'd be very cool. Paul and Ashley, if you want to make the trip down, we had a lot of people in here for this weekend.
Come on down.
My brother's brewery is definitely a good spot to hit. Again, Ashley, creamsicle sour. It tastes like a mimosa.
Food's good, too.
It is amazing, and the food's ridiculous. Jason and Christy were very happy this weekend, and Christy is a foodie. She's actually got, in our Discord, she's actually got her own. Well, we had the foodie channel or whatever, but we renamed it to Chef Christie's Chef Christie's channel or whatever.
Oh, yeah, Chef Yeah.
So they were also very impressed with the food. The food is ridiculous there. So
actually, the stroganoff looks really good. I'm definitely having that.
Yeah, I need to try that sometime. It's a very different take on stroganoff, but I do need to try it.
Why? Because it's got smoked sausage.
Yeah, smoked. It's not the typical cream gravy and you know uh, noodles and whatever else. It's mashed potatoes and a tomato based sauce and smoked sausage.
Oh, guess what's by the bowling center? And I'm gonna butcher the name of this because I don't know if I pronounce this right, but they have. Have you ever heard of kolaches? Is it kolaches or kolaches? Kolaches.
Kolaches.
Kolaches. Yeah. Thank you. But they have one right around the corner from the bowling center, and I'm going to get breakfast. Amazing.
Oh yeah, Ashley, the same. An orange cream soda. That's what this the orange creamsicle, orange cream soda. It's exactly what it tastes like. So,
I'm not a big cream soda fan either.
Yeah. So but Striking Viking black cream soda or black cream ale. It tastes like cream soda, kind of.
How many balls you bring on the average to a typical league night? 6, 5, and spare.
6 normally. And that's the same thing, 5 and a spare. But on certain nights where I want to try a few extra things out,
9.
I'll take an extra 2-bowl bag.
I'll take 9 if I need to. I'll just throw a triple toe roller in the car.
Yeah.
When I do that, I still don't find anything.
So once again, James shot 833. That's a huge set.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations. That's very, very cool. I'm looking forward to shooting my first lefty 800. I think it's going to happen eventually, but I've been too close too many times. But I need practice.
I'd like to shoot 700.
Of course, yeah. It's been a while since I shot 700.
It hasn't been that long for me.
I did shoot a couple 690s last week in our
shot like 7
in our league
60 out of the box with the 3D offset not that long ago.
Yeah,
750 something like that.
Yeah,
act like I'm terrible or something. The real question is, what kind of service should Ashley put on her equipment for the women's nationals?
Women's national. Well,
I don't really know.
Normally, I would say women's nationals is a little bit softer than the men's nationals, but seeing the scores this year, they set the team all events record twice this year, and the second time was by over 100 pins.
Yeah, it looks pretty soft.
I mean, come on now. And that record had been there since the frickin' 90s.
The Open, it already looks soft.
Yeah.
They've had 24 honor scores already.
The record had stood since it was ABC, I think. I don't know when USB. Well, yeah. It was ABC when that record was set because USBC didn't start until after I got out of youth because I have a Yaba 300. We both have.
I have
Yaba 300.
Yeah, but my 300 was like 2003, 2002.
Mine was 19. No, mine was 01. So yeah, it was still Yaba at that point.
No, it might have been 01.
USBC was 03, 04 when they started.
Might have been 01.
And so yeah, this was an ABC record, the American Bowling Congress record before the American Bowling Congress, the Women's International Bowling Congress, and the Youth American Bowling Conference all merged into the USBC and then got ran into the ground by COD. Thanks.
Yeah. I loved the ABC. I loved it as it was.
And honestly, we talk about it. Dave Wadka put something out about this. The scores are higher at Nationals this year. Cool. But if you go out and shoot a number at Nationals, that's getting work done.
Oh, yeah.
So congratulations. No matter how easy they are, if you put up a number at Nationals, you're getting work done.
It's still not like close your eyes and just throw it.
No. So it's definitely scoreable this year, and that's what Casey Murphy said. He shot 2080 something for all events.
Sounds like Tulsa. If you put numbers in down there, you're amazing.
Yeah. So it's saying the scoring pace is higher. You might shoot a little higher than you normally do, but everybody else is going to shoot higher too. Yeah. So I don't really pay too much attention to scoring pace because, again, I tend to watch a lot of Trevor at tournaments for me. And if they're easy, he's going to score. We're going to score about. He's always going to be here, and I'm here right now. But when they're easy, he's going to score a bunch. And when they're tough, he's going to score lower. But when they're easy, I'm not going to score as well as he is. And when they're tough, I'm definitely not going to score as well as he is.
No, but you'll be closer to him.
But
he just strikes it.
But that just gives me the same. I'm still the same distance behind him, no matter how hard or how easy they are. When I start closing that gap, regardless of the difficulty of the condition, that's what's going to tell me what I need to know. So Nationals is soft this year. But if you shoot numbers out there, it's still really, really impressive.
You bowled better at Nationals last year than you did at Tulsa.
Which was really funny, yeah. I shot 1,800 for the first time at Nationals last year. I've either shot 1,700 or 1,900, and the first year as a lefty, I shot 1,840-something.
In Tulsa, they were weird.
Yeah, Tulsa was rough.
I don't know if any of you...
Well, Trevor didn't have a look in Tulsa either, and so that's...
Well, the right side wasn't killer by any means.
No, it just wasn't a great...
If I make them look easy, then there's a problem. But
no, you aced in singles in Tulsa. You aced 90 to 95% of your shots.
I didn't throw a bad doubles either. I just had a bad. I just made the ball change right.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that's the one thing about being on the right side. If you have a shot, it's probably going to go away. If you don't have a shot, you're probably going to end up with something later.
It's so hard though when it looks good. You want to stay with it as long as you can.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time on the right side, you just don't make the change as quick as you should.
Yeah. The thing on the right side is making the moves before you're forced to make the moves.
Yes, if you get into a tournament and you're whacking them and you are ahead of the moves before you should be making the moves, you're going to continue to whack them.
Yeah.
True that. But yeah, it's funny. I didn't even think about that. You did. You bowled better at Nationals than he did.
Yeah. Tulsa was ridiculous.
That tournament's so much fun.
I swear the pattern was backwards at Broken Arrow. Because they were drier up front, and the pattern got wider. The oil got wider and heavier as you went down the lane.
So I watched some videos of it, and I see the ball wiggle in the fronts.
Yeah.
And then just like push.
Yeah.
And then go. I pinned down Ghost, which was disgusting.
Trevor and I had to play fourth. I was playing fourth arrow with a Hustle camo because that was the only place that we had any kind of look. I think I shot 230 the last game of the double and single set.
You and I actually both had a big game last game.
Yeah. But even then when we did we bowled the sweeper, and I shot like 480 or 490 in the sweeper at Broken Arrow that Friday night or whatever.
I had whiskey before I started too, so that helped.
Yeah, I should have had something, but I don't think that was going to help.
I offered you some.
Yeah.
No, see, I'm really pissed that I didn't hold sweeper.
It was just dry, but
Andy B's, they hooked a crap load. Like, it got so bad there in the team event.
Yeah, we bowled the sweeper and you didn't.
No, because I didn't make it in town in time. We got there right before you guys, or right after you guys started. There's a good question for you. Yeah. Go for it.
Is there anything you physically struggle with on the left side? No, it's mental. If I get a couple drinks in me, I'm pretty good. I can say that all the times that I have bowled well have not been sober.
It's a swing loose thing. It's got to be.
It is. It's just because I'm so mentally cramped here that as soon as I get something, if I can just kind of let it go. And last year I was throwing it better because I was just trying to hit the pocket. Yeah. Last year I was trying to just keep it simple. It's my first lefty year back. I bowl in a scratch league. I bowled, our league on Friday nights. Yep. And I'm like, just hit the pocket, stay out of trouble. I wasn't trying to do anything crazy, and I bowled really well. This year, I've fallen off a cliff. I'm still not bowling bad. I mean, it's one of those things that's really hard to say. It's really hard to say I'm bowling bad when in the scratch league I'm still at like 217, and then you
don't know falling off a cliff. Yeah, I have fallen off a cliff.
The mixed league I was 212-ish. And for somebody bowling with their opposite hand, that's really pretty good. But I averaged 229 in the scratch league last year. I got to be a captain. I was middle of the pack as a captain.
I think you need to go back to that mentality.
Yeah, and that's what I've done. That's what I did last night.
Yeah.
And that's what after this weekend, I'm like, dude, you're trying to think too much and just trying to make shots on the left side, trying to shape it, trying to whatever else. You just need to throw it hard and trust the shot. And I'm not good at that. You have to just throw the ball and trust it. And I want to still be on the right side. I want to control my angles. I want to play with my shapes. I want to do this, want to do that. But you just have to throw it hard into the friction and trust that you're going to get the ball reaction. And if you don't, but that's the same thing the pros do. Mm-hmm. If you watch even the righties, Simo, Kyle Troop, you throw the ball the best you can, and you take what you get. Yeah. And then you adjust off of that.
Now, of course, you're going to fry at times.
Now, last night, I had one open all night, and it was one that I just
It was a split,
kind
right?
of threw. Yeah, I just threw it out the window. Or actually, it was on that second. It was the first game on that new pair, and they just weren't hooking because I had been throwing it to the ditch on 11 and 12. If I
you're
got
on
it out,
15 and 16.
it was just
15
flying.
16, right?
Yeah. If I got it out a little bit, it'd stop and turn sideways.
Yeah.
And so I tried to do that on 15 and 16, and it just didn't work. So I wrapped a 10, or I wrapped a 7, and I covered it, and then I had that split, and I didn't cover it, and then after that I was fine. But I picked up all my 7 pins. I picked up all my 8 pins. Thanks. I struck a lot. And generally, I threw it really good. So if there's anything physically I struggle with, it's my timing.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think that's the same thing for both of us. I get my swing started a little too early, and then I get it to the line a little too early. If I can slow my tempo down just a hair bit, get into the swing a little bit later, and get my hand to the line a little bit later, get some more leverage on it. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely mental. It's definitely 90% mental on the left side. But there is 10% of that, even when I'm doing well mentally, like I was last night, I still have the timing issues every once in a while. When I left some of those wrap 7s, I got to the line a little too quick, and I kind of killed it, and so it didn't really it didn't finish strongly.
Yeah, so. I definitely think we're both in a similar situation. Like me, for example, I've thought about experimenting going back to 5-step approach, but my short legs tell me otherwise. So I like my little 4-step. I've been doing that forever. I do think a lot of mine is just me getting quick, because if I'm in time, I throw it. It's great, but if I get quick, I dump it, I tug it, and
exactly. I do the same thing
all year long, and I'm so over it. So like Sunday, for example, I think I finally boiled over, and definitely shown some frustrations. But it's been a long year. We're not quitters, though. We just keep on grinding to it. So
yeah, we're going to bowl the summer scratch league again. We're also not going to bowl that much this summer, I think. And again, James is moving here this summer. Yep. I think that cat's out of the bag.
Yeah,
he was bowling nationals early July, the 3rd and 4th, I think, or the 2nd and 3rd, something like that. So he's going to be here for a solid month before we start leagues again. And so he might be a very big help for us on just practicing and stuff. And he's one of those guys that's very, very confident. And so you're not going to catch him necessarily overthinking things. I think he can get a little too over-involved in moves and adjustments.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see him cramping up when he needs a shot. I mean, he shot 830 tonight. You're not going to see him. Most of the time what happens with him is he just doesn't get the hit. He's not going to cramp up, or somebody like a Dylan Burns. He's going to make the shot. It's whether or not it goes down. And if he doesn't make the shot, it's just a bad shot at the wrong time. James is the same way.
Yep.
He's not going to, if he doesn't strike or he makes a bad shot, it's just a random, oh crap, that sucked. And some people can say, oh, well, did the pressure get to you? No, it didn't. It was just a bad shot at the wrong time.
Yep, I agree. I mean, people are bad mouthing me here because my fry outs on stream.
I am very chippy, pissy, pouting 3-year-old nonsense. Very passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Telling myself how stupid I am and whatever else. Well, you need to be more positive. It's like, well, if I'm more positive, I don't care enough.
If I'm sitting there going to try and just cheer myself up, I'm going to punch myself in the head.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't feel right. So if I am yelling at myself, calling myself an idiot, some people, well, you got to be positive. It's like, no, if I'm calling myself an idiot, that means it's focusing me, and usually I start throwing it better because I'm not one of those people to just like completely explode or implode or whatever else.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to have a bad set and just give up. I'm going to try to salvage whatever I can salvage.
Yeah.
Because if you have a bad set and you somehow still pull 6-0 out of something that should have been 550,
it's common.
It's like, yeah, okay.
Okay, well, maybe I
still shot 6-0, but it was Nick Brown.
Sean, it looked like more like a volcano erupting, not a pot boiling over. Boiling over.
Storm B28. And he seems like the same type of person. You can't learn, you can't grow by being positive. And I understand being positive about the good stuff, but you can't ignore the bad stuff. And if you, again, my viewpoint has always been eliminate the bad stuff and you're left with nothing but the positives. If you focus on the negatives, sometimes you can see too much of the negative. You can see, even when there is positive stuff, like I'm averaging, I'm doing pretty solid for bowling with my other hand. I can't,
and not having your best year.
I can't miss that totally, but at the same time, it's a down year from last year because I had 2 or 3 790s last year. I shot 2 300. Well, I shot 2 300s left-handed, but I've had a bad year.
But the one of your 300s was the beginning of this year.
Was the beginning of this year.
So, but technically, it was still in 2021. I still count those in 1 year. But yes.
Yeah, if I miss 6 left, I can't spin that like I threw it like a clown. I can't be positive about it. It's like, well, okay, that was just a bad shot. It was just a bad shot. But there's a difference between being pissed and spiraling down and being pissed and refocusing yourself.
Sorry.
Like, I will come back from a shot and just like, what the hell was that, you idiot? Why? And the next shot, I can guarantee I will focus more. Puppy dogs! Missed them.
Yeah,
Storm dog.
It definitely boiled over for me. It's been a really long frustration.
Yeah. This year was just not good for either of us.
And I am just
in totally any league.
Done. Oh, and I'm going to go torture myself even more this weekend. So
yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I know, right? Once again, not a quitter. You know what I mean? Not a quitter. So
me still.
I just get really frustrated with myself, and we both have our pouting moods and do our thing.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, like, we don't quit. If we have a bad set, it's just because we didn't ever find anything. We don't like give up and just start throwing it out the window or measles. Missed him.
I did finally the last couple frames on Sunday. Finally, just say F it and give up. Where I just kind of got left and was like, just slow wheeled it. Amanda's like, you quit. And I was like, it's over. I'm not going any further up and any further down. It's like I'm bowling for average here. Breakdownpair mini golf challenge coming soon. Actually, that'd be amazing. You're on. Bro.
We need to.
You're on.
I haven't golfed in 3 years. I've golfed once in 3 years.
We should do a golf outing vlog.
Yeah, we definitely need to go out and play golf and take the video camera, hang out, and we just need to have a relaxed day.
We did do that recently.
Yeah.
We did that for MLB opening day.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great day.
And beer was consumed.
Yeah. So. It was just a great, relaxing, hang out, don't worry about it day.
Hang out at B-Dubs for like 2.5 hours?
Yeah. I've read and listened, and John Lander pointed out something too about reading a book. I've read the Inner Game of Tennis or something like that, but nothing. I'm definitely an overthinker to the point where I don't feel like sitting down with a psychologist or anything would help me, because it's like I already know what they're going to tell me. And they're going to do, focus on this, think about this, whatever else. My brain cramps up to the point where I don't have any control over what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to reset myself to the point where I have to figure it out myself. Nothing that anybody else is going to tell me is going to help me.
Right.
I have to ultimately make the decision, or just, you know what, you're just going to go up there and throw the ball. If you throw it out the window, whatever, but it can't be any worse than what you're doing. I have to figure out how to make this work for me, because I already know what they're going to tell me, and I agree with what they're going to tell me. I've read the books. I know what's going on, but I still have this subconscious control where I just can't let go of the ball, no matter how easy I'm thinking about it or whatever else. It just doesn't. It doesn't help. It doesn't fix it. So, but yeah, definitely the paying attention thing. I definitely get too excited about. I just want to get up and throw another shot. And so I don't slow myself down enough to think about the shot that I'm making, think about what I'm doing. I just want to I just want to get up and throw another shot, and I throw it out the window, and I'm like, why can't you pay attention to the 1.5 seconds that you're up on the approach this time? You can think about it before, you can think about it afterwards, but you can't pay attention to the for the 1.5 seconds that you're actually up on the approach throwing the shot.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar. I don't know what's going on. I can't sit and read a book or do it's like sports psychologist or anything like that. It's all between my own ears, and I know that, and it's been miserable. Love the game. We love still sitting here talking to you. We haven't been bowling the best, but we're still not idiots. Okay. So it's just.
Well, and that's the thing. You shot how many 300s this year? Still
5.
It's been a while.
It was 2021. I had 5.
Yeah.
No, 4.
Even then,
I
that's
had
a big
99
year.
The first week of the year, and I haven't shot none in 2022. I've never shot one since.
Yeah. Well, I haven't.
Well, I should have shot one in Wichita. I should have had. There's been several I should have had this year.
Yeah.
But I'm still, it is what it is.
I've shot
4 or 5.
300 and had a 790 this year.
I had 4 in 2021, and I had 99.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that realistically speaking,
yeah.
Even if bowling, golf, whatever else is just a collection of good days.
Yeah.
A career in bowling or golf is just a collection of good days more than it is a consistent, you think about somebody that plays baseball and that averages 300 for a season. They're consistently having good day after good day after good day after good day after good day. In bowling, golf, whatever, it's just you have more good days than everybody else has. But you can still not make the show, not even really be close to the show. But if you win a couple tournaments, bowling or golf, you could win 2 or 3 tournaments a year and miss the cut in every other tournament, and that would be a good year. Just because you had a couple good weeks.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
and in baseball, baseball, basketball, whatever else, that doesn't happen. You can't just have a couple good days, and have donuts the rest of the time and hang on.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just like I don't know. For me, it's something that I've got to be doing something that I need to change because I don't know.
I think it's for both of us. It's a reset in our mental outlook. Mine is that I need to stop trying to shape the ball and throw it. Any lefty that you see doing good throws it a million miles an hour straight at the ditch.
Yep.
I mean, Trevor, Packy, Spencer. You just see they throw it really hard at the friction and let the ball walk up.
Trevor always does.
I'm trying to shape it or whatever, and it's just not working. I think that your problem is that you just try to play too far left sometimes.
Just get on top of it.
And it's the same thing because, again, when you did so well in Tulsa, you're just firing it straight up and you didn't miss.
Oh, not at all.
You did not miss.
No.
And it was just straight up the ditch and letting it walk in. I think sometimes you want to get in and shape it more, but I want to do the same thing.
Well, as soon as I do that, I lose Carrie. Carrie goes to crap.
Exactly. That's the same thing that happens to me. As soon as I move in and try to feather it or shape it or whatever else, it just looks like shit.
It's funny you say that. Is as soon as I started doing that more and more at Cage, for example, I look great.
Well, and every time you pull out your Black Widow Ghost and play second arrow and just let it walk in.
It's just money.
Yeah.
I know I need to look it on fresh.
It's just one of those things that we need a mental reset more than anything because we're both physically throwing it pretty good.
Oh yeah. I'm not throwing it bad. And it's when I start getting frustrated, I start dumping it and I start pulling it and it's so damn frustrating.
Where'd you go? Missile.
Upstairs. Oh. And I get so damn frustrated. I really think that it'll get better.
No, it'll definitely get better.
Watch.
Because
it'll be the weekend that I bowl 16 games is where it'll get better.
Yeah. No, I don't think that we're doing. I'm throwing it physically better this year than I was last year because, again, I was just kind of fluffing it out there and hitting the pocket, And it worked out great until I actually started getting some finer control and trying to make shots.
Yep.
That's when it got worse.
Yep.
And I think you're kind of in the same boat as you're throwing it really good when you're just kind of second arrow, freewheeling it. But as soon as you try to make shots, then it just...
Yeah, it's more for me of like I've split more in 2022 than I've ever split in my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that I think you might be spot on where that's telling me that I'm trying to shave it too much. Every bad shot I pay for. And that's the part that's frustrating the heck out of me.
Because if you get it out a little bit, it just hangs there. If you get it in a little bit, it's through the nose.
Yes.
And when you straighten up and play like straight up second arrow, you can stay firm with it.
Yep.
And you have less margin for error. And that's my thing too, is I try to...
And it's always this.
Yeah.
Or this. Or this. It's so... I'm so over it. Like, I feel so bad for Amanda because I fry so hard. Even when I leave. Like, I fry and I'm so over it.
Yeah.
But it's going to get better.
I just cry and act like a...
No, I fry. I fry hard.
Mister, come here, sweetie. Mister, come here.
So I get frustrated and I hold it in and I hold it in and I hold it in and then when I fry, it all comes out. So people get to see it at times, and if you get to see it in person, I'm sorry. Doesn't mean I don't love you.
Come here, sweetie. Mister. Come here, sweetie. What are you doing?
It will get better.
Come here.
It will get better, and when it does,
your baby. I know. My baby.
We know the results. So,
good mister.
Anybody that's bowled with me in the last year in doubles or anything like that, I apologize because when it gets better, it's going to be good. So.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of people down for this weekend. It was a good time.
Oh, but I acted like a D.
Well, I did too because I just pouted the whole weekend or while we were bowling.
That's what it is.
Norseman was amazing. Biggs was amazing. Texas Roadhouse was amazing.
They were out of chili.
No, they were out of chili. Texas Roadhouse was pretty good, except they were out of chili. I was actually going to get some chili myself.
I got kicked in the nuts all day, and then I wanted some chili.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, everything else but the bowling was amazing. So,
yeah. I guess we should probably sign off here.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to finish this up. I need to go eat something. And my computer wants to update something.
Emporia was fun.
Emporia was fun. It would have been a good time. We needed a weekend off, or I probably would have signed up.
I didn't shoot anything under 670, which is still, to me, that's terrible.
Yeah, well, Emporia is apparently kind of like North Rock. If you don't shoot 700, you didn't even really bowl.
And singles and doubles, I went like 690, 670, and then team I went like 660 or 670.
And you drank Berry Noir all weekend, which I was insanely jealous of because Boulevard Berry Noir is amazing.
They bought it just for me, too.
Yeah, they did.
So thank you, Mark Martin, if you watch this. Appreciate it for supporting it. Thank you.
So, Paul Burnett, you will be on at some point in the next couple weeks.
Once again, I want to give a reminder because before we sign off too and get into that, I want to make sure everybody hears this. If you're still watching, Stephen, Kendall, and Paul, I know you're still watching. Please send me a message for your availability next Wednesday.
Yeah. And honestly, Paul and Ashley, you need to come down for Norseman. One of these. You bowl on Saturday or Sunday?
This week?
Are you leaving? Yeah.
Yeah. We're leaving Saturday, though.
Okay.
Raylan has gymnastics tryouts. Good luck to my daughter. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we're leaving. I have to ask Trevor, but I think we're leaving
on Friday. Yeah, Paul and Ashley, we need to hook up something. Huh?
Friday.
Yeah, we need to hook up something. You need to come down to Norseman because, especially before they run out of the creamsicle sour, number one, because that's flying out of here. They do have a smoked sour that is not moving at all. It tastes good, but it smells like ham.
Oh, I tried that one. one. It wasn't really sour.
But you need to get down here for the creamsicle sour. We need to make that happen, and before the Dino days are over, so that you can try the turkey leg dinner, the Scotch eggs, the Dino foot pretzel and beer cheese.
That's good.
Norseman, the smash burger.
It's good too.
Thank
you, Robin.
Oh, we have Chicago next week. Yeah, we're going to figure something out. Yeah. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Patrick, Stephen, Paul, Robin.
Planning a road trip back to my family reunion in Nebraska. I think we need a meetup somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's too bad you're not doing this weekend because I'll be in Nebraska.
Turkey leg dinner. So they've got a gigantic turkey leg
it's big.
That's on a bed of seasoned mashed potatoes and carrot medallions.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. I need to go eat some of this.
Yeah, it's too bad you're not going this weekend, Steven. I'll be in Nebraska on Sunday and Saturday.
So yeah. As soon as you head to Nebraska, you need to get down here. We've had plenty of people. Like I said, we had a lot of people down here this weekend. We had some people from Chicago.
Yep.
Jason Christie. We had James from North Carolina, who is moving here.
He doesn't count. He's a resident now.
Yeah, he didn't count. So he's moving
Riley
here.
Patton from McPherson, Kansas.
Yeah. So yeah, Riley's about 3 hours away, 2.5.
Always stays at my house.
Yeah.
And we didn't play Golden Tee.
Yeah.
He was ready to pass out, but Dylan came and hung out with us too. So.
Yeah. So,
anyway, we had a good time tonight.
Right.
You got to hear us pout a little bit about our frustrations. It will get better, and we will report positive things. So we appreciate it. Love you all.
Yep. Heck yeah. Yep. We'll see y'all later. We're officially out. Yeah. So Norseman Brewing Company, Valhalla, la 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 la. I have family in Omaha.
My aunt lives in McPherson. There you go. That's where we're at.
Well, no, I have family in Omaha and Lincoln.
I know.
So,
peace, guys.
My aunt lives in McPherson.
Reach out to all you guys, and we'll schedule up to have you visit us on, or to get on the guys that are coming on the show next week, or however we're doing it. So, see y'all later. Peace.